It's closer than you think. It's not a tournament. It's what you don't see on TV. The cash is real. The stakes are high. They bet big. They win big. They lose big. High stakes live action poker. Live at the bike. Watch it live on the web or play it if you dare at the Bicycle Casino right here in Los Angeles.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Live at the Bike, brought to you by the Bicycle Casino in Los Angeles, California, the first and only webcast of real action cash game poker. My name is Bart Hansen. I'm joined here by the poker babe, Shirley Rosario, and tonight is whale night. It's $25.50 no limit hold'em tonight. Some of the bigger players are not around because I belleve the tournament that's going on at Bellagio. So Yosh is not here, as well as some of the other people that he brings along. But it's still going to be $25.50 no limit hold'em. And we're going to start a little bit short. We've got 6 players on the table, but hey, David Tuckman's going to play in the game to
and he's going to play
himself
right. Yes.
From yesterday. Well, you wouldn't imagine that he's going to be screwing around with $5,000.
No.
So it's going to be an interesting night. So let's get to it and let's do it.
Playing right behind the portrait.
So let's go around and introduce the table.
Okay, in seat number 1 we have Simon. Seat 2 we have Avo.
I gave you
Seat 3 we have Vic. David Tuckman is in seat 6. Seat 8 is Ed. And Mo is in seat 9.
So 6 men. We're going to start out. And obviously, looks like we got into a hand here where Tuckman loses. But it's going to be interesting to see Dave play here for real.
Right, yeah. Last night when the show was over, he came and asked me, so, did you have fun with it? I guess he was trying to screw around, trying to make it fun for us, put on the show, and I kind of reamed him. I said, no, I didn't.
You reamed him?
Yeah. But I didn't like the way that he played. I thought that he looked, it wasn't fun, and it wasn't fun for me trying to commentate on him. Especially because, I said that he was a good player, and he played like an idiot. So today when he came in, he said, you know what, you're right. I don't know what I was thinking. I have no excuses, but I won't be doing that again. So.
Well, obviously, if anyone thinks that Dave Tuckman's really going to play like that on the table, then they don't know him. I don't really know why he went about it in that manner, and I don't think he really knows either.
No.
So.
He said it was kind of like a home game with his friends. I said, yeah, that's kind of how you played. Like you're playing a $20,
Well,
$20
so
pot.
obviously, let's take a look at what the color of chips are here. The white chips are $100 chips. If you see those on the table. And the purple chips are $25 chips. Yellow chips are $5 chips. Lines are going to be $25.50, so you're going to see 1 purple and 2 purple. As we see here, Tuckman's in the small blind. Ed's in the big blind. And it looks like Vic Park has got up here for a second. So we're playing 5-handed, high-stakes, no-limit hold'em. And I'm going to be, the game here pretty much, or the players that are going to give the most action are Simon in seat 1 and obviously Ed in seat 8. So looks like seat 2 there. That's Avo. He's got ace-king. And he's going to raise it up. He's going to make it $250 to go. Wow, that's 5 times the big blind. Now, Tuckman's got king 10 suited here. It is short-handed, but he quickly folds. And look at Ed. He's going to come in with a 9-10 offsuit in seat 8. We are heads up. Ace-king against 9-10 in seat 8. And the flop comes out 6-3-3. David is not in the hand. It gets checked over to Avo. Avo's going to bet. And
take it down.
It's going to be interesting to see how David plays in this game. I'm not going to say that it's super passive that you would just fold king 10 suited to a raise there, but in a 5-handed game,
king 10's a pretty strong hand.
King 10 suited.
Yeah.
Some people would definitely play that. Some people might even re-raise that, but it looks like Dave's probably going to play it pretty straight up. And why get involved with pots to Avo if you've got other people at the table that you can make more money off of?
That's exactly right. Probably the 2 people that David would want to stay. Well, actually, now that I'm looking, Mo too.
Yeah.
Would be Vic and Avo.
Now look at this. David is raised here to 175. He's got 3-5 of diamonds, and Ed's got pocket jacks, and he's going to come over the top.
450 total.
He's going to make it 450 total.
That's only 200 more.
Well, let's see. If Dave thinks he has enough chips, obviously there's no way that Ed's going to get away from an overpair.
Right.
Dave has a little gap-suited connector, and we'll get the chip counts as soon as possible here. But obviously Ed is showing a lot of strength here, probably at least a minimum of ace-queen. And again, David is not going to get involved, and this is probably, I would assume, going to be his style. I mean, I'm going to go so far as to say this is probably the biggest game he's ever played in, 25-50 no limit. I mean, that's huge. But he's played 81.
Yeah.
He's played 81-60 limit before, but I know he's never played in this game. So.
Well, you know, I mean, honestly, I think those are the kind of hands that I want to take against Ed when Ed represents strength. When he has a big pocket pair, you know, you're looking to hit 2 pair, straight draws, flush draws, pair, you know, pair with the draw.
Yeah, if it was only 200 more, I'm a little surprised that he didn't call him.
I probably would have called.
Go ahead. 4 players.
We got 4-way action. It's limped around here. 9-9 deuce, and it looks like seat 1 that Simon has a 9. And it gets checked around here. Turn is a king, and now Mo has a flush draw. And he's going to bet right in here. He's going to bet 300. And let's see what Simon does with the trip 9s here. You would think that he slow played the flop, and that he's probably going to raise here.
Raise it.
And he did raise.
650 total.
He made it 650 to go. Ed folds. And Mo's going to chase here with the paired board. He's going to, I mean, obviously, if 7 of hearts comes, and look at this, it's a 7, but it's not a heart. I was wondering if 7 of hearts coming, would Mo lose a lot of money? But Mo's going to bluff at it. He's going to bluff. He bets 800 here, but Simon filled up on the river.
Yeah. But he might be representing the clubs here. Let's see if Simon...
Yeah, but Simon's got a full house.
Oh, yeah, duh.
He filled up on the river.
All right, I'm in my
this
world right now.
That's a great river card for Simon. You would assume that he's definitely going to raise here and hope that Mo made it with clubs.
Yeah, hopefully.
And again, if it was the 7 of hearts, I wonder how much money, Mo would lose. This is 25-50. It's not unrestricted. They're playing 5,000. It's basically like our 3 to 5 game with $5 big blind. You get 100 times your big blind. So. Simon says, if you want to raise, push it all in. Mo's goading Simon to raise him here. And he is going to push all in. Simon's going to push all in.
And Mo will hesitate like he's making a big lay down.
Yeah.
Fold the hand.
And Mo quickly folds. And I was just wondering, a lot of times if someone's going to raise there in the turn, represent a 9, you want to chase a flush draw there with a paired board. Because obviously one of your outs could lose your whole stack there. Now, if you want to follow a live thread that started on the internet, you can go to 2plus2.com, spelled out, click on forums. World Poker Tour and other televised tournaments, the official Live the Bike thread, for December 14th. You can also email us at live@thebike.com. Dave made an open limp here. He's got ace deuce of diamonds. Ed's going to come in with ace 3. Mo's got queen jack. He limps in on the button. The blinds are going to complete. And Avo's going to raise it up here. 325 more.
His pocket jack. 2 blackjacks.
David quickly folds.
My problem is I like to get it. That's the problem.
And look at this.
Ed
Ed's going to
will
make
call.
the call with ace 3. And we are heads up here.
Everything you can push
Here we go to the flop.
Wow.
And Avo's got a set king, jack 6. And I love the bet. He's going to bet right into it here because you know if Ed has any part of the flop, he's going to make a call. Would there ever be a reason to slow play against Ed? I just cannot imagine it. Unless you think that, well, Ed might be in with ace rag and maybe you check it once to see if an ace comes out. But I just don't see what the point really would be.
No, because he'll normally call, which is a 1 over card.
Right. There's just
He
so
didn't
much
this
value.
time, but a lot of times he does.
So much value in betting. So everyone going to be interested to see how Tuckman plays here tonight. Going to redeem himself. Surely, I know you gave him a hard time.
I did give him a hard time.
But then again, you said, well, David said, well, I was just having fun. And then you went so far as to say, well, maybe it would have been fun for somebody like Bart, but I didn't want to see you lose. How could you say something like that? Queen 10 deuce here, a couple
You
diamonds.
told me you had fun with it. You liked people ragging on him. You thought it was fun. You said that.
Ed bet 200 here, and Vic's going to call with an open-ended straight draw. It turns a 4. Vic checks, and Ed's going to bet again.
300.
He bets 300 with a 10. And Vic calls again. So here we go to the river. The river's a 3. Vic has missed.
Check.
And Ed's going to check right behind him here, and Ed's going to take it down there with a pair of 10s.
But it wasn't so much seeing David lose. I mean, good players lose at poker. You know, that's not the point.
He wasn't
It's playing like an idiot.
Well, yeah, he wasn't playing his game, and he doesn't know, and us two don't know why he was playing like that. But I just thought it was pretty obvious that he was screwing around. I don't know why he was screwing around. So obviously, when people ragged on him, yeah, that's kind of fun.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if you're screwing
Well,
around.
he deserved it, that's for sure.
I mean, now if he's going to lose 2 buy-ins here, that's probably not going to be so fun. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hello.
Don't get cheap on me. Come on.
Button's gonna move over here to seat 2.
Do 7, but
Looks like it's gonna get limped around.
game.
Go ahead, Mo. I mean, Ed.
Yeah, please.
And it looked like seat 3 there, Vic.
2 of you.
Just limped in with pocket 8s.
Not that.
Jack, Jack, 6 here. Vic has the best hand right now.
Still check.
And it goes check, check, and now Vic fills up on the turn.
He checks again.
Now where's the button this hand?
Like the 8, huh?
Button is in seat 2, so Vic.
Yeah, Vic checks.
Vic checks.
Can't even beat that.
He checks and Ed just
And Ed
folded.
just folds.
You like the 8.
Ed just folded there with king high. Very interesting. So Vic just completed, I think, on the. I guess he had bought the button. I think is probably what had happened there. That's what happened. You can buy the button, and so he was the only blind, and he did not raise, and Ed had limped in, and there we can see the button there in seat
200.
3. Now Mo's going to raise it up to 200 here with pocket 6s.
Well, pocket 8.
And it looks like he is going to take it down there. And he shows it.
So do you have any idea how many people are left at Bellagio? And how Yosh is doing over there?
Under, over,
Not
You do
quite
not?
sure.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out later.
Don't call me sir.
I mean, surely from his, from his history of tournament plays, it wouldn't surprise me if he's already been knocked out. He's not the most successful tournament player in the world.
Okay. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
you're
come
right.
on.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a pretty damn good cash player, but you can tell that he
In
plays
the
it a little
mixed
bit
games,
passively.
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't think No Limits is best game, that's for sure.
Thank you, Ed. Ed.
You're most welcome.
Ed, we want you.
Here. Oh, yeah.
Limp here. Limped around in between the blinds. $150 pot. 3-way action. Jack 4-8, and Ed's got 2 pair. He's got top and bottom. Doesn't look like anyone can get into trouble here,
I
though.
checked the Simon.
Ed checks, Mo checks, and Simon's going to check. Turn is a 9. Let's see if Ed's going to put some money in here now. Pot's $150 for playing 25, 50 blinds. And Ed's going to bet 200 there. 2 whites. Simon says, you beat an ace. And Ed's going to take it down. Boy, Ed always seems like he's getting a massage, isn't he?
You want to see those cards?
Right?
Sorry. What'd you say?
What? Are you in the same room with me?
No. I know you said something about Ed. All right. I'll pay attention to you.
Button's going to move over there to seat 8. Ed, he's got 6-4 clubs. And he's going to call. And Mo calls. And we got 3-way action. Again, the blinds and the limper. $150 pot here. And Ed's got trip 6s now on the button. Check, check. And Ed's going to bet.
200.
He's going to bet 200.
Easy money, Ed. Easy money.
Easy money. Ed had 2 pretty big hands there.
I don't think we've really seen a hand where 2 people have made something.
No, well, it's kind of
One
tough
person
when you're
makes
playing.
something and then nobody else does.
Yeah, it's kind of tough when
Jack 6.
you're playing short-handed. It's that
You're right.
that less of a chance
I like it. I didn't play that.
that
I might play 4-6 though, Jack.
that two people are going to hit the same flop. Button moves over here to Mo. So you would think if you looked at this table, probably 3 pretty good players you'd stay away from, and then 2 people that you would kind of go after, right?
You know, yeah. I don't even know if I would play in this game, to tell you the truth. I don't think that there's
4
enough.
good players.
Yeah.
Limped around here, and
If we
Mo's
get
going to
Jay in
raise.
here, then,
Yeah.
then I'd play.
Mo's going to raise it up here to 350. He's got ace-4 of clubs. Simon's in the small blind. He's got king-queen, a trouble hand. He's going to get rid of it. And is David going to play? David is actually in a good spot here with pocket 5s. Mo's raised to 350. And it looks like Dave might have about, 4,500 in front of him. So let's see if he wants to take off here. Well, he's playing it real tight tonight. You almost have to wonder, I'll throw it out. Do you think that he could actually play a little bit scared tonight?
Well, I think that in the $500 minimum unrestricted buy-in, I think David might have called him for 5s.
Yeah.
So he might be playing a little bit scared.
Well, here we go.
We'll see.
Let's take a look at the chip count here. So Vic Park way out in the lead, 11,500. Ed, 6,500. Simon, 5,500. Avo's got about $5,000. David's got 4, and Mo is on the short stack here at this table.
So it looks like one person rebought.
Well, the game's been going since for about a half an hour or so.
It looks like there's an extra 5,000 in there somewhere.
150 total.
$150 raise here by Simon, 6-4 clubs, and he is going to take it down here without a flop. Well, I think that as this game goes along, I mean, we're only 15 minutes into the show, I think there's a real good chance that this game's going to fill up at some point, maybe even the next half an hour. We were playing 6-handed now, but not a lot of times, people see the lights, they come over, they say, "What's this?" And then they have a seat. So, yeah, if Jay got into the game, that would be great.
And I know Jay
And
was,
he was
here
on the
earlier.
board. He was on the board for the
Yeah,
game.
because he was here earlier in the 500.
Avo, look at this. He's got pocket jacks again. He's going to raise it up to 300 on the button. And David's not going to play. And Avo's going to take it down. I know that 2 is here. She's played in this game. And Action Joe Wynn as well. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Big money. David, next time I'm going to look at
Button's going to move over there to seat 3.
I'm going to look at your play.
And Tuckman's in small blind. And Dave's got pocket 10s here. We're playing 6-handed. Pretty big hand. And seat 1 there, Simon, he's got pocket 8s. So let's see what Dave does here with the pocket 10s.
Well,
6-handed.
pocket 8's raised.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But 6-handed pocket 10s, a lot of people would re-raise here 6-handed in the blind. Simon made it 250.
Yeah, that's true. Much good.
And Dave's trying to decide what to do here.
Looks like he has about 500 more.
Let's see what he's going to do. Looks like he just called there.
Wow,
He's
he
just
just
going to
called.
call. I mean, this is almost like playing a trap. And the thing is, you sometimes want to drive Ed out of the hand here with pocket 10s. Here we go, $750. And look at this, a set here for David, Queen 9-10. Tuckman's got a set, and he's going to bet right out into it. Unfortunately for him, though, I don't think he can get called by anyone. He's
Well,
going
no
to
one
bet
has a
600.
queen, no one has a hard draw, and no one has a jack for a straight draw.
Yeah.
So, but Ed could call.
Ed could call with a gut
'Cause
shot
he
to
has
the
an
jack
8,
right
yeah.
here. He could call with a gut shot to the jack. David's bet 600 here right into Simon's raise. He's
it's
got
funny
middle
because
set.
We know Ed could possibly call here with the 8, but I can guarantee. Oh no, Simon's actually kind of live too. He might call.
And Ed's going to make the call with the gut shot to the jack. And now, I mean, Simon, what does pocket 8s look like now?
You would think it's an easy muck, but from what you guys say,
Yeah.
I'm not that familiar with him.
I
He said he's a
can't-
live
yeah.
player.
Well, he's going to
But last week he played kind of tight.
So here we go. It's about a $1,600 pot going in the turn. The turn's an 8, and now Ed has a pair. Simon would have made a set, but is it a scary card for Tuckman? Because Ed could have called with the jack here.
Right.
And what is David going to do now? Ed could easily call with an open-ended straight draw. What a horrible turn card for him. Pot's about $1,600. And Dave says he's going to put a small bet in here. He's going to bet $1,000. He's going to bet $1,000. Pot is now about $2,700. It's $1,000 for Ed to call. And you got to know. I mean,
Now David has to know his
David's
hand's
got to
good.
know that he's got to feel good right now because. Look at this. Ed called his hand. He said you flopped a set there, huh? Ed's got a pair here. He's got a straight draw, and he's going to get rid of it. And Dave could not have that good. I mean, what a turn card. Look at his face. You got to say that that's unbelievable. What a turn card there. And Simon thinks that that he had the best
He
hand there on
probably
the
thinks
turn.
his hand was
And the
best.
case 8 came out. I didn't see what the rabbit cam brought there. It was a 5. The button's going to move over there to Tuckman. So what a hand there for Tuckman. Bet right into the set, as we usually preach.
Yes.
And it's going to get folded around here to the blinds. Because it's almost like if Ed had a jack, he just would have moved in immediately. I mean, he's pretty easy to read. And at that point, you have to do the math out. Would David have been pot committed, try to hit a full house?
I got a small pot. 100.
Now, Ed checks here, and Mo bets with bottom pair, and Ed check calls with top pair. Turn is a 10, and Ed's made 2 pair now. And it goes check,
Yeah,
check,
Mo doesn't fight again.
and the river's an ace.
You lose a small pot.
Come on.
And Ed's going to bet 200, and I think it's pretty easy that Mo knows that he is beat, and he folds.
Wow.
And Ed shows the queen 10. I mean, say Dave had about 3,000 left. He bets 1,000 into the turn with his set, making the pot about 2,700. And now he has, let's say, about 2,500 left, and Ed moves all in. So he calls 1,000, 3,500 on top of that. Pot's now about $6,200, 2,500 for Tuckman a call. He's getting
175.
maybe 2.5 to 3 to 1 on his money. And he's got, how many outs to fill up there to the river?
Pretty close there, yeah.
Yeah. And then, might Ed not have a straight, too? We've seen Ed make a bluff like that sometimes. Heads up here, king, queen against jack 10. And Simon's got top pair. See how he's going to play it. He checks it.
150.
Vic's going to bet 150 here. Now, again, the problem with playing, say, seat 2, seat 3, seat 6, and seat 9 is, I mean, Simon's going to check raise here. Vic's going to be done with the hand, I'm sure. There isn't a lot of, implied odds against these guys. They're not stupid. They're not going to get mixed up. And Vic's going to fold. And Simon takes it down. So there you go. Look at that shirt there. I don't know, 1969? Sean John. Do you like Sean Paul, Shirley? I was watching that Carl's Jr. commercial with
Sean Paul.
with the cow. Yeah, isn't it Sean Paul? John Paul? Yeah, with the cow and the milkshake commercial. Carl's Jr. Do you watch television?
Not much.
Okay,
no.
apparently not.
Oh, but you know what? I saw some kind of commercial about a milkshake, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
But I didn't even watch the whole thing. And then I was like, wow, that's a cool commercial. I'll have to check it out again. But I only saw part of it. It's funny.
Yeah,
You're
it's pretty
cracking
funny.
up, yeah.
It's pretty funny. Limped around
But
here. between
whatever
the
shirt
blinds.
he's wearing, isn't that Puffy's clothes?
I don't know. 10-3 offsuit here for
It's
seat
actually Diddy now. Sean Puff Combs to
9-4-6
Diddy.
here.
Diddy.
Couple diamonds. Simon's going to bet 125 here with queen 6.
125,
And Ed's got 5-6. He's got a pair.
Yes.
So let's see if he's going to play. I would assume he's going to at least call here.
Not anymore.
Huh? Okay,
He's going to make the call.
I'm gonna do some.
And again, you don't really know what Ed could have.
I check.
Turns a queen, and Simon checked blind, but he's got 2 pair here, and it goes check, check. The river's a jack.
Check.
Two pair.
Is very good.
And,
He's just checked again.
well, I mean,
Oh,
the
the
third
diamond
diamond
came,
came
yeah.
on the river. And, actually, you know, it's funny. I don't think that Simon and Ed really like to bet against each other. That's funny between them two. So we won't.
That's funny, yeah.
Yeah, so we won't probably see them have big pots between each other. But, you know, normally that's not what this game is looking to have.
Well, I mean, it's not a wise decision on their part. You would think that that would be the best.
Best way for them to
for
make
them
money.
to make any kind of money. Yeah.
Six. It looks like 6 or 8.
But he's got to move over there to seat 1.
11.
And Ed's raised here to 150 with ace deuce of clubs, but Simon's got pocket queens. And he's going to re-raise.
Yeah, I'm getting up and
He's going to make it 450 to go now, so 250 more for Ed.
King 6.
And let's see how this one plays off. Ed's got the overcard, he makes the call.
Can win him.
2 players.
And there, heads up here.
King 3.
5-4-5 here. Now the problem, if you've got, say, a friend that you don't bet against here, Shirley, you have to protect pocket queens here. You can't just check it down. Turns a 4. Ed's got a flush draw now. Check, check.
It's a flush draw, wheel draw. He makes his wheel.
And there's the wheel on the river. And again, I guess Simon and Ed don't bet against each other, but it is dangerous to do that. Ed's got the wheel. Maybe Simon will start betting his hand now.
I don't bet into Simon.
There it is. Get a shot of our purple chips there.
We have a side ping. He lets me have 10% of the winnings.
Button moves over there to Avo in seat 2.
What winnings exactly?
There's Ed's hand in seat 8. King 10 suited. And he's first to act. He's going to limp in. And it looks like everyone's going to limp. David's got an ace 9 in the blind. Simon's got pocket 6s. Here we go to the flop. $200 pot here. Jack 8-7. Ed's got a straight draw. Looks like Vic has the best hand here with
Oh, check
8-5.
around.
Turn is a king. Now Ed's got the best hand. But Tuckman's going to come out and bet here. He wants to see if anyone has anything. Ed calls. Now, again, the problem here is you just don't know what Ed has. Here we go to the river. The river's a 6. Simon would have made a set of 6s, and David's just going to shut down. And Ed is good here with the king. Tuckman just tried to steal it there on the turn. And he's not going to bet in here again on the river. Because the thing is, he doesn't really, you know, a lot of times he's not going to need to bet because if Ed missed his draw, he'll just check it down. And Ed will win, and Tuckman
David
will
would
win
win
with ace
with ace
high.
high.
Yep.
Big blind Ed.
Buttons moved over there to seat 3.
He waited too long to get married.
Again, we are here live at the
I
bike.
told him to get married when he was young. He did.
Email us at live@thebike.com. Questions, comments, suggestions.
He was, but
Looks
he
like we
did
got
work.
someone who told us that Yosh finished 80th in the main event, and he cashed.
Yeah, I think they paid
Make
100.
it 250.
And then also same message there said that Kenna finished in the money. Barely finished in the money.
$250 raise here by Avo with King 10 of hearts. Simon's in there and Ed's in there. $750 pot going 3 ways.
No, it's gotta be
King
good.
9-3 with a couple clubs. Simon's got a flush draw, and Avo's hit top pair.
I check.
It gets checked over to Avo. It's a $750
Well, I think
pot.
it's actually up to Simon, isn't it?
You're right. Ed checked. Simon has not done anything yet. He's going to bet.
500.
He's going to bet 500 here. And Avo just calls. And we've seen Ed call with holdings like this before,
Yes.
with ace jack. The pot is now about $1,800.
He doesn't even have a club in his hand.
It's a oh my!
that
He's
doesn't
gonna make
stop
the
him.
call. $2,300 here. Here we go to the turn. The turn's a 5. Simon's got a club draw and a pair now. $2,300 pot. And can Simon fire big here one more time? I mean, if it gets checked to Avo, there's no way I think he's gonna let a free card go by. Simon's cutting chips out here. You got to be scared of what did Avo call you with on the flop. I would think that you'd think you're beat. But Simon's going to bet again. He's going to bet.
Yeah, but you know you have
1,500.
outs.
He's going to bet 1,500 here, and it looks like Avo is going to immediate. Well, he hasn't done
Just
anything
call.
yet. That is so close. to
That
being
was
a call.
close. That looked like a call.
I guess he's trying to get. I mean,
It's in front of his cards.
I
I thought
know.
that was the rule.
maybe he's trying to get some sort of read on Simon. The pot now is about $3,800. It's $1,500 for Avo to call, and he's going to make the call. He is going to make the call, and the pot balloons up to $5,300. Here we go to the river, and the
Ooh,
river's
five.
a 5. It's one of Simon's outs, and he really should move big here. It's a $5,000 pot. He's got about
Well, he
maybe
got
2,500
$1,500 last
left.
time, so I would imagine if he moved in, he'd get a call.
He's got 2,500 left. It's a $5,000 pot. He hit one of the outs he had, and I don't know if Avo's going anywhere with this one. Trying to figure out what Simon's going to do here. Again, $5,300 pot. He's got about 2,500 left. And he's really he's actually milking this well, because if someone took this long to think, I would think that they might have missed something here. I mean, that's a lot of times we have experience with, reading people that way. And he's going to move all in. He's going to move all in here. And we'll see how much more it is. Let's call it 2,500.
Well, it looks like actually more like 3,000.
Okay, let's say it's a $3,000 bet here, and the pot is now 8,300. 3,000 to call. And Avo, he just smooth called the entire way. So he never really got any information here. And Simon hit one of his outs there. And I don't know if Avo can put him on a 5. How do you put a guy on a 5?
Right.
$8,300 pot. 3,000 to call. If Avo makes the call, it's over 10,000. And Simon kept betting. I got to tell you, I mean, I think the 5 on the turn allowed him to keep betting. Because if it came blank on the turn, he might have checked, and Avo could have, put a big bet in. But when Simon fired again, Avo was like, "Ooh, what does this guy have?" And he just called on
That
the
he
turn.
hasn't stopped.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it really deep, you might one of the hands you could have is a club draw with a 5 in it, obviously. But again, 6-handed here. Avo never got any information, and he's going to make the call, and Simon's going to take it down there with 3 5s. There it is. Wow, $11,000 pot.
I knew he has a flush draw.
What a river. And Simon becomes the big chip leader, I believe.
Yeah, that was a nice pot.
Yep. $11,000 pot. Remember, we're only playing 25-50 no limit, not 50-100.
Okay, get philosophical. A pair of fucking 5s there.
Button's going to move over there to Dave Tuckman there in seat 6.
Betting.
And Simon there, he's going to, stack up his chips. And I was going to buy in for 10,000 behind.
So it looks like he was the person that had rebought earlier. Remember I said that somebody had.
Again, Shirley, I mean, these guys use those rules pretty loosely.
Well, okay, but I think that he did.
Okay. Again, though, I think that a point needs to be made. Fold it around here to the blinds. Again, if you go broke once, your first rebuy is 5,000. If you go broke
5,000,
twice,
and then
it's
it's
10. Look at this. Mo has got the nut straight, and he's going to bet. And Ed folds. But if we're playing 25-50 and you've got 10,000 in chips now, boy, now you got a lot of chips.
You've got a lot of chips to play with.
Compared to your blind size. And I think that Vic and Avo are regulars at other casinos where they play, 2040, no limit hold'em, unrestricted.
Well, they seem to know each other, I think.
Well, I think that they're, these LA Vegas commuters, back and forth, back and forth. Tucklin's got an ace-7 offsuit here. He's going to make it 200 to go, but Ed's got pocket 10s, and he's going to re-raise to 400.
And Avo's got to have a hand. Dick's the only one that doesn't get a hand.
So let's see what Dave is going to do. Avo's got pocket 7s.
Yeah, whenever you get lucky.
3 players.
And Dave called. We got three-way action here, $1,200 pot. King 10-9, and Ed's got a set. Check to Ed. And he's going to bet. Avo immediately folds, and I'm sure Tuckman's going to be out of the hand as well here. And Ed's going to take this one down.
Oh, you went? You're not calling him?
That's it?
Button's going to move over here to seat 9.
You know what?
Oh, did they show the turn card?
Oh, so Ed would have made 4 10s on the turn if it
Yeah.
had stuck in there.
Why I'm not getting the hand? Because I'm going to give you $1.
And the button moves over here to Mo. He's got an ace rag offsuit on the button. And he's going to raise it up to 200. Kind of a standard raise here. Now, we can't see what Avo has, but he's going to make the call. Vic has got pocket 4s. Vic is going to make the call. And let's see what Avo has here. Avo's got, looks like King 10 offsuit. And Avo's got top pair. 10-7-7. See how Avo plays it. Look at this, though. It gets checked to Vic, and Vic is going to put a little feeler bet in here with pocket 4s. He's going to bet 300. Mo's out of there, and let's see what Avo does. Avo's going to check raise. He's going to make it 600. Look at Vic. He's not pleased about that. Now, Vic does have position on Avo, and again, these are two of the strongest players at the table here going head to head.
Want to play from next time?
Let's play.
I don't think Vic's going to get involved here.
Fair game.
Vic folds,
Where are you? 7, 8, and he's
and Avo's going to take it down there.
$100. 100, 200.
Vic's got some really slick hair there, doesn't he? They really slick back.
Uh-huh.
The same color, 200.
Like that stuff. Like, remember you used to, did you ever put LA Looks gel in your hair? I did when I was in middle
No.
school. That thing
But
smells.
I remember that.
Well, of course, tonight's show is sponsored by Poker Blue. So,
We are playing 3
let's
hands.
give you a little message about
And
Poker Blue.
on my blind, I have King Jack.
Play just 4 hours on PokerBlue.com and qualify for our weekly free roll to win your choice of a seat at the World Poker Tour, the World Series of Poker, or, if you dare, a seat at Poker Blue's high-stakes whale game here on Live at the Bike. Get in on the action now because these free rolls are so small that they redefine the term overlay. To qualify, open an account on PokerBlue.com with $100. Then play 4 hours at $1 and $2 limit or any no-limit game. You can even start playing right now while watching Live at the Bike. Just click the PokerBlue.com banner on the right of your screen or log on to PokerBlue.com, bonus code BIKE. And don't forget, every week you play 4 hours gives you another chance to win.
Well, everyone has a bankroll for 1-2 limit hold'em, right? I mean, come on. Just 4 hours of any 1-2 limit hold'em game or higher, or any no limit game, and you get a chance to,
Parlay it into big bucks.
we'll parlay it into a main event scene at the World Series of Poker or a WPTC. You can come here and play it live at the bike. The package itself is, worth about $12,000. So check it out, PokerBlue.com. And again, normally we have some ambassadors to Poker Blue on the show, but they're not here tonight. Big Blind's going to move over there to Ed. Taking a look at a chip count here. Well, Avo, remember, he rebought for 10,000, so he's up to 12,000. But Simon's so far the big winner tonight.
Yes.
And David's up a couple of grand from where we started, but probably back to his original buy-in there, around 5,000 here. 9-4 deuce here. I think we're between Ed and Tuckman in the blinds.
And they're checking.
And it looks like Ed's going to win it there with king high. And David says, ooh, thank God spades didn't come, huh?
100, 200, 500.
6-7 of spades against Ed's king 5 of spades.
What are you
He has
taking?
7 already.
I'll take 10.
10?
I'll take.
Okay.
But it's going to move over there to Dave.
Yeah. You know, 100, 200, 500.
100.
And Simon is still stacking his chips up from his win earlier on.
Shoot heaven.
When you lose,
I mean,
we tell you how much.
someone help him over there.
And 3 out count 500.
That's how much I know what I'm doing. So you got the tens, right? 10.
Tuckman has the button. He's got deuce 5 of clubs.
7, 8, queen, and 10. I've always playing 2. I got 300.
And Abo's going to make it 300 to go. We can't see what he has over there in seat 2.
There we go.
Looks like pocket kings. Vic has got ace 10 offsuit. He folds. David's going to fold deuce 5
Ed
of
has
clubs.
ace 10 too, but he'll call.
Yeah, and let's see if Mo's going to call with a little suited connector. Wow, he doesn't. Well, it's a $300 raise.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go to the flop. Queen 10 jack. And Ed's got a pair and a straight draw. It gets checked over to Abo. He's going to bet. Over pair, open-ended straight draw. And Ed instantly calls the $500 bet. Pot's now about 1,600 here. Here we go to the turn. Turns a king!
Oh.
And Ed's got the straight now. And Avo, it's going to get checked over to him.
And
What is-
now he doesn't know what to do.
Should-
He scratches his head.
Should he take the card here? And it goes check, check, and the river's a 5. And let's see what Ed does. It's a third diamond, though. And Ed's going to bet 500 into a $1,600 pot. What a horrible turn and a horrible river. The diamond came on the river. Avo can't beat the straight. Oh, wow. And it's just a $500 bet here by Ed. Pot's 2,100, 500 to call.
Hey, why every night Yoshi's here, we always get girl. You guys all get girl food. I'm not here, Yoshi, I'm here, I don't get girl food.
You what?
He calls.
And he's going to make the cry. That's a crying call right
Yeah,
there,
it
Shirley.
is. I mean, I don't know
Ace 10.
what he could really beat. I mean,
Well, I mean, he could
What
be
would
just a little
Eddie-
bluff. And Ed actually started bluffing sometimes on the river. We've
I
seen the
guess-
last couple shows.
I guess
but-
maybe if Ed had
Yeah.
2 pair there, Ed
Yeah.
might bet.
Yeah. But unbelievable turn, unbelievable river card.
You want blue in there, Ed? No.
Pot's going to move over there to seat 8. That's Ed.
Thank you very much, Ed.
So, I mean, you look at Vic Park, he mucked ace 10 like it was nothing there. But Ed's going to come in with ace 10 out of position.
And be rewarded.
Yep, of course. Tell me about it, believe me. I had a bad day in 30-60 Hold'em. Tell me about bad play being rewarded. Are you kidding me?
Waiting for money?
Looks like Mo is in the small blind here.
No, he's probably in
Or he's in a big,
poker.
let's see
I
here.
think it was small. He had one
Yeah.
quarter out there.
Limped around.
Limped around.
4-way action.
4 players.
Here we go to the flop. 7-5-3 here, all rainbow.
You know,
Simon's got an open-ended straight draw. He's going to bet 150 right into it.
He has a
who bet more?
gut shot.
Seat 1.
Got shot in a pair, excuse me.
Well, just
There
the
we go.
joke.
And Ed also has a pair, and he has Simon out kicked. And he is going to make the call. Mo is out of there with the bottom pair. We are heads up here between Ed and Simon.
I check.
Turn is a jack.
Oh yeah, now they're gonna check.
One more 7. And I have the
River's a jack.
possibilities of the 7.
And Ed's
Check,
kicker's
check,
going to
check.
play here with
Yeah.
King 5.
I don't have a 7.
Oh, I got 5.
I got 5 too. What's your kicker?
And again, I don't think that anyone at this table is going to complain that Simon and Ed are checking it down between each other. Pretty much, Ed has
No,
a
you just kind of let him be happy.
full rule over the table.
Yeah,
Kind of let him do whatever he wants to do, right?
right.
No, they come to the
Well, that's
office.
a good rule of thumb, anyways.
I honestly, I mean, I know some people sometimes get agitated. Well, why does the bike allow this to happen? And hey, this is a live poker. It's a cash game. You know, we are showing you what goes on in cash games. Sometimes this is what goes on in cash games between two, people. So you have to be able to adjust to it, you know?
What was the guy on 2+2 that used to give us such a hard time?
400.
Jive Dadson.
I think he's changed his name.
2-4.
Do you see that?
400.
There's a person
Two
here
times
posting
400,
saying
800.
that we have no way of knowing that last night the people were having a good time and that because he couldn't hear what was going on at his
Two
table.
white chips.
I
don't know.
We got a raise here
For me.
by Ed to 200. Mo called. Seat 1
Shows
called.
you how much respect
Simon.
I get here.
Vic is in there, and so is Avo. And Tuckman is the only one that's not in here. $1,000 pot. Ed is the pre-flop raiser. Here we go to the flop. 10-4-5. Look at the flop for Mo. He's got top pair and a flush draw. Avo's open-ended. And look at this. Ed's got a higher flush draw. And Simon's got top pair, and he's going to bet. He's going to bet $700 to a $2,000 pot. I believe that Mo is in first position. Actually, Mo is the button, excuse me. So I would imagine that Mo is going to raise. Look at this. We got a bet, a call by Avo, a call by Ed, and Mo's all in here. He's going to push it all in. We'll see how much more. There's the 700. It looks like it's maybe another
Like
2,000
18?
more. 2,000 more or so. So when we're talking now, it's a $6,100 pot, 2,000 to call. And Simon, he threw out a nice little bet there with top pair, but he got called in 3 spots.
Right.
And then, or excuse me, 2 spots, and then Mo moved all in over the top.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got to get rid of this hand here.
Yeah, because it's not so much about calling here because 2 people have to act behind you.
Yeah.
If you make this call and someone could come over the top.
It's a $6,100 pot again, 2,000 for Simon to call. He's got top pair. Now, if Simon folds and Avo folds, Ed with his flush draw probably can call here.
Ed probably will call.
$6,000 pot, 2,000 a call. He's getting, about 3 to 1 on his money. 2 cards to come with his flush draw. He's got 1 overcard. Now, little does he know that a lot of the hearts are already out there. But if a heart were to come,
For the space shuttle.
he would win. But Simon's still thinking about this one. He's going to fold. And Avo's still trying to figure it out here, too. Well, I mean, can Avo make this call? If you want to chase a board that's got 2 suits there with an open-ended straight draw, he just has a pure draw. Again, it's about a $6,000 pot, $2,000 for Avo to call. I mean, could he possibly be thinking if I make this call, Ed's just going to call behind me? And then, we're just going to check it down because Ed won't show any strength unless he has something? And Avo makes the
He
call.
makes the call.
And it's an $8,000 pot now. $2,000 for Ed to call.
So Ed's acting like he doesn't know what to do, but I guarantee he's calling.
Well, isn't it correct to call here?
I think so.
And he's going to call. And we've got a $10,000 pot here going here, folks. And Mo probably thinks if a heart comes, he's got the win, but he doesn't. He's on the lower flush draw. And let's see how this is going to play out on the side. You would assume that these guys are just going to check it on the side into a dry side pot. $10,000 pot here, folks. Here we go to the
They
turn.
actually make something.
Turn is a 6. Avo has a pair now. He's going to, let's see what he does.
He's got to watch his movements. Do you see that?
Yeah. Is he going to come out and bet here on the side to protect what might be the best hand here against Ed? Even though Mo might have him beat? He is.
Yes, he is.
He's going to bet $2,500 here. And Ed's going to call again with the flush draw. And we've got a $15,000 pot, $10,000 in the main, $5,000 in the side. Here we go to the river. The river's a jack. Mo's made 2 pair, and Mo's going to take it all. And Avo, what does Avo do here? Did he check and Ed moved all in on the side? Avo checked and Ed moved all in on the side. Ed bluffed him out of the side pot. Ed bluffed Avo off the side pot and won the $2,500 that was in the side.
Well, there was $5,000 in the side, right?
Right. Well, $2,500 of his own money,
Right.
$5,000 on the side, and Mo wins the whole thing there. He's going to win the main $10,000, but Avo checked the side pot, and Ed moved all in and took the side down. Oh, wow. That's unbelievable. And I don't know if we can get a shot at Avo, but
Yeah, he's probably
he's
stunned.
probably steaming over there. Ed bluffed him off the side pot.
Yeah, I can't just.
He's shaking his head.
Yeah, I'm there.
Avo had the best hand on the side. Wow.
$5,000.
Yeah. But I mean, Ed moved all in. I mean, that was pretty much a lot of Avo's chips there too. So I mean, does he want to make the call there with just a pair? I think Avo thought he was beat at the end. I really do. With Ed just kept calling
Well, I mean,
and
if he
calling and
folded,
calling.
yeah.
So the side part would just at least get my money back. Because I know more hands.
Pot is, I believe there was a little bit of a raise by Mo. Again, we can't see what Avo has. Mo's got top pair, all spades on the flop.
Right, you know, obviously, you know.
And Avo's going to come out and bet. He's going to bet 300. It looks like he's got, I want to
Looks
say
like
8-9.
8-9. Yeah, it looks like 8-9.
And
he
Mo
makes.
called,
Oh, he doesn't make it.
and it goes check, check here on the turn. The
So it's
river's a
8-9
spade,
versus
and Avo's got a
10-jack.
spade.
Call pair.
And it just gets checked down. Well, I can't, you know, why would Mo check the turn behind Avo there?
Trouble didn't call.
I mean, Avo basically, well, it makes a good, actually, our floor host makes a good point. He's stacking, his
stacking
chips.
his
Maybe he
chips.
wasn't paying attention to the hand, but Mo had Jack 10 there. He raised a little bit pre-flop. He just called the flop bet, and he checked behind Avo on the turn.
Yeah, but
Live straddle.
And Avo was able to get there. Again, sometimes if you have that spade redraw, you can check behind the turn and take a card, but if you don't have a spade in your hand, I don't know why you wouldn't bet there. Straddle here by Ed,
I gotta see.
$100
Oh,
to call.
Vic, are you so dead?
Tuckman's gonna call. Four-way action here. $400 pot. Here we go. Ace 7-4. Vic's got a weak ace.
Best hand.
Two.
And he's going to come out and bet 200 here, it looks like.
Send it to see.
And everyone's going to fold. And Avo's been having a really rough night here.
Yes, he has. Well, a couple of his
He had two
decisions
pairs,
have been
fours and sevens.
not true to his normal game.
Better?
Don't
Better,
you
I
agree
don't know.
that he normally plays better games than
Well,
calling down with King 10 earlier?
I think
and
that maybe, you know, maybe he doesn't have a lot of experience with short-handed play. You know?
But I had a straight draw. At the time.
$8,000. No more.
I mean, you got to think that hand with the King 10, I wouldn't have played it that passively, but
No.
it just,
just check call all the way
yeah.
down.
I mean, just calling in position.
Not normally a winning strategy.
Calling in position, calling in position.
Now we should see some.
Well,
That pocket king's up there? No, it's King Jack.
King Jack here
And
for
queens.
Avo. He's going to raise it up to 250, and let's see what Vic is going to do. He's got pocket queens, and Dave's got pocket sixes over there. You'd imagine that Vic is probably going to re-raise.
He raises, I'll beat it.
He's going to make it 400 more, so he's made it 650 total.
She's busy,
And David's probably not going to take
Yeah,
this
now
hand.
it's an easy muck.
And I don't think that Ed's going to play his hand there either in the blind. He's got 10-5 offsuit.
How long did we do?
Dave wants to play the hand, but he's not going to be able to. Action is over to Ed.
600 more.
He's going to fold. And what is Avo going to do here? Does he want to play King Jack offsuit? Out of position?
He
He is.
calls.
He might be steaming here. If he catches a Jack that's top pair, you wonder if he's going to get into some trouble. But a $1,300 pot, well, 10-6-5.
Tuckman would have flopped the set.
Yep. That's unbelievable. We got to get a shot of Dave after this hand.
Well,
Fold.
right now, yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, he is, can't believe it. He would have flopped a set of sixes. Pocket queens, he probably would have had all of Vic Park's money. And Dave just can't believe it.
Well, it was the right lay down.
Yep.
All day.
And the button's going to move over to him. I mean, sometimes
He's gonna
that
be
type
sinking
of
down
thing
in his
happens.
chair. Yeah.
But,
Simon, you're not engaging.
but, you know, say if Vic had just, you know, made a smooth call as a trap there, I just, you know.
50.
Well, Ava raised 250 with Queen 9.
It wasn't.
Queen 9 offsuit.
And Mo has exactly the same hand.
Yep, Nava's going to take it down there.
Yeah, Yeah, 10-5.
And David Tuckman's still talking about that hand with Ed. And Ed said, I would have hit 2 pair. Can you imagine if Ed stuck in there? I mean, that's the thing. Like, you know, you understand why good players re-raise with a hand like queen. If Vic had slow played that, Tuck
Right.
would have got in there. Ed would have got in
Right.
there. And Tuck would have had the whole table's money. Unless Ed, you know,
And
filled
Vic
up
would have
somehow.
started with the best hand and ended with the worst.
Right. Live straddle here by seat 2. That's Avo. And I think, like I said, Avo is steaming right now. So it's $100 to call. Action's over to Ed here. He's on the button.
Someone first, someone second.
Ed's got 4 or 5 of diamonds.
Look at this.
He's going to make the call.
Just card player.
Right. This is all talking about. I mean, how many farmers you play?
So here we go. Straddled pot. We got 3-way action. It's a $300 pot.
Touch raise.
Excuse me, and Avo's going to raise it out of the straddle spot to ace 7. Going to make it 375.
375 more.
Yes, sir. Buy-in is there. $100.
Ed's calling with this.
And Ed's going to make the
Ed
call.
calls.
He's got a suited connector. And Simon's going to call with 810.
3 players.
And here we go. About a $1,300 pot 3 ways. Jack, deuce 3. Ed's open-ended.
If he plays 200, it's not recorded.
Simon doesn't have anything here. He's first to act. He checks. See what Avo does. Avo's going to come out and bet. We usually don't see him, you know, really push like this. He's going to bet 700. Thing is about Ed, though, you know, we rarely will see him raise with a draw. He's going to call. Pot's now about 2,700. And if a blank comes on the turn here, Shirley, does Avo fire one more time? You just don't know what Ed has. So here we go to the turn. Turn is an 8. Now Ed has a flush draw. And Avo checks, but look at this. Ed checks right behind him. And the river's a 6, and Ed gets there.
This is straight.
He gets there. And I don't know what Avo's going to do here, but all he has is ace high. He's going to check.
2,000.
And Ed's going to bet
Wow,
2,000
strong bet.
into the river here. 2,000 into about a $2,800 pot. He's got a straight. And all Avo has here is ace high, and he folds. And as you can always count on Ed, he's going to show the hand.
yep.
So
That is straight.
the only problem, though, too, is that if he bluffs, he's going to show the hand also.
Uh-huh.
So it might put you down a little bit, as he did with Barry Woods, I think it was. Was it last week? The ace-king?
I think he did. Bluffed
Yeah.
him out last week when I wasn't here
Oh,
on
that's
Friday.
right. David was here.
Barry let me know.
Yeah, Barry got actually bluffed out of the pot 3
Yeah, it was
times by
probably
Ed.
it was probably my fault because I
Well,
you know,
I
kept
did.
telling him.
I did tell him it was your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because that's not characteristic of Ed.
I told him. Well,
and
actually,
when Ed thinks he has a strong hand, he bets strong
Right.
and
well, I told
just
you know.
get out of his way.
I think the reason why I was folding all the time was because I told the audience that you had been telling him that usually when he has a strong hand,
Yes.
he has it,
Yes.
and Ed changed
He
his
must.
game around.
Yeah, he must be listening to the show.
Touch and raise.
Possibly.
200.
Look at this. Avo's going to raise it out of the blind to 200. He's got deuce 6 of diamonds. Tuckman's got a 7-8 offsuit. And Avo is really steaming here. And he's going to call. Simon's in position here, I believe, with Jack. No, Simon is out of position. David's in position. So here we go. 3 ways. $600 pot. Queen, queen, 9. Let's see if it gets checked to Tuckman if he puts a
Yeah,
bet in here.
I was just wondering that if he was going to try to take this pot down.
It's a $600 pot. David's in position. It gets checked to him. Yeah, he's going to throw out a bet there. There it is. He bets 500, and they quickly leave, and he's going to take it down there. Power position. Paired board.
Forget about it.
Takes it down.
This is mine. I thought you forget about it.
You have to remind. If you don't remind,
Yeah, if you don't
I
remind,
paid $250 to the pot. You don't say something, though.
You don't say something.
That's
I
wedding
mean,
band on
actually,
his-
this
on
time
his-
we like you that we paid.
It looks like it, but it's
Once
not
he
sitting right.
takes the cards up
See
from
this
the
one, this
table.
one.
Well, I said
that's
before.
I mean, it's supposed to sit
I seen
down.
people do it, though. where
Is it? That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I believe I do it some.
Interesting. Collection pot here.
Go ahead.
Button's going to move over there to seat 1.
If I don't lose, I'll take it back.
Oh, my God.
I don't think we have a limitation after the first
No,
one.
this is Bellagio's chips.
Give it to me, give it to me.
And the action is on Ed. He's got ace king of hearts. And let's see what he's going to do here.
I need, please.
He's going to just limp. Oh, or he makes a $200 raise, excuse me. Mo calls, Jack 10 of hearts. Simon's got ace queen over there on the button.
That's raised.
And he's going to raise. He's going to re-raise. Well, six-handed. He's going to make it, looks like 600 total.
Yeah, I'll go for another one.
Let's see what Ed does here.
No?
400 more.
400 more.
Ed, 400.
It's up to Ed, but I believe
Who
he's
made it?
involved
Right here.
400 more.
with ordering a cocktail over there. And Ed's going to
Ordering
call.
cocktails, getting a massage.
And Mo's going to call. And we've got an $1,800 pot here going three ways. Here we go. Uh-oh, hearts. 5, 4, 3, but Ed's got a higher flush draw. Now remember, Simon's the original re-raiser pre-flop.
Ed's got to love his hand.
But look at this. Ed's going to come out and bet.
He has a flush draw, wheel draw, 2 overs.
He's going to bet 1,000, and I think that Mo
Looks
is
like
raising.
Mo's raising.
Mo's going to raise to 2,000 here. It's a $1,000 bet by Ed. Mo makes it 2,000 to go. Pot's about $5,000. 2,000 for Simon to call. I think he needs to get out of here. He doesn't have any hearts in his hand.
Oh, yes. See? One little mistake in the beginning.
I mean, Ed's hand is almost big enough to go back over the top of Mo if Mo is short stacked here.
I bet 200. You were the one who raised it to 600. Remember? He was on Avo again. I can't blame Avo anymore. Blame everything on Avo. It's not fair.
Oh, and Ed's goading Avo. Let's see how Ed plays it.
You need all chips.
He's going to make
Ed
the
makes
call.
the call.
The pot is now about $6,000 here. Here we go to the turn. Turn is a 6. But Ed's hand's still good here with ace high.
Yes, it is.
And I got to tell you, Mo might take a free card here.
He's in the hand.
Just two of you.
This one too, this one too.
I'll watch.
So Ed is checked to Mo.
Go.
And let's see what Mo's going to do. He checks right behind him. And the river's a 6. And if Ed checks, is Mo going to bluff at it? Ed checks. The only way Mo can win this hand probably is to bluff at it. The pot is $6,000. Can Mo bluff Ed off of the hand? And he's really in a quandary here, Shirley. He can't think that he can just check behind and have Jack High be good here, right?
Right,
Because Ed probably has at least a pair or a higher card.
right.
Other than that, he would have a straight with 7-8 or, look at what can Jack 10 beat here?
Yeah,
8,
can
9 of hearts,
right.
right? That's about
Well,
it.
it's not only that, but can you get away with pulling off a bluff here? You would think probably not.
Well, he's going to try it.
Looks like it.
He's going to bet $1,500. $1,500 bet. And you know what? Look at this. Ed's
Yep,
going to make
Ed
the call
calls.
with ace king high. Oh, wow. Unbelievable. Mo tried to put in as little as possible to maybe win that pot.
Yes.
And Ed doesn't show the hand.
No.
He made the call there with ace king. And again, I think it might have been the fact that Mo had taken so long with trying to figure out what he was going to do there at the end. And it was just a situation where there was absolutely nothing that Jack 10 could beat
No.
if Mo just gave up there at the end.
Yeah, but there wasn't much that you could bluff. I mean, if Ed was on a draw, he got there, right?
Well, Ed was on a draw. He missed a draw,
A heart draw.
right?
Right.
I mean,
You're
I
right.
understand that Mo also had the same heart draw. But the problem, too, with betting Ed is that, he's going to call with any low pair as well. So.
Well, yeah, ace high he'll call with. Okay, we have pocket aces now for Mo.
Yep, pocket
And
aces.
pocket tens
For
for
Vic
Vic.
Clark in the small blind.
C3.
Yep.
Oh, 1590.
Yeah, I'm waiting for money to bring it in.
And Mo's going to raise it to 200. Abo calls. Avo's going to call with Jack Deuce suited here. We've never seen him steam like this before. He's going to, in Avo, he's 15,000 behind.
He's buying in 15 more. So
Yeah, that's a.
if my calculations are correct, this is 35,000 he's in this game.
Well, we don't
It's
know
my
that
favorite
specifically.
hand.
Well, that's what somebody told me.
So I have to say.
4 players.
Donna said, body in for 5, rebought for 5. 35, right?
So we're going to see a
5, 5, 10, 15.
King 7, 8 here. Avo's got a flush draw. Ed checks. And again, I always wonder, where of all of a sudden can you buy now in for 15,000? Because now
Well,
you
it's
can buy
supposed
up
to
to
be
20.
Well, yeah, I
Yeah.
guess maybe that's the way. You could buy up to 20.
Mo's turn.
Okay. Yeah, you can buy in
And
up
Mo is going to put a bet in here. He's going to bet 800. Pocket aces. Again, Avo called with Jack Deuce on the button here. He's got a hard draw. And Vic played his 10s. He did not re-raise. He wanted to see a flop. Avo's going to call.
Vic looked a little frustrating that the king
And
was
look at
out there,
this.
but it saved him.
Ed's open-ended.
What? Oh, yeah,
He's
open-ended.
open-ended.
Okay.
He's going to make the call, too.
Well, that makes sense.
Pot's about 3,500 now. Mo's going to have to dodge
But
a
it has to
lot
be
of
an
cards. Turn is a 4, and that is one of the cards that's good for him. He's okay. And he's going to move all in right away here. He moves all in.
Yeah, you don't want to mess around. You have 2 callers. There's 2 flush possibilities.
Pot was 3,500 before this street. Avo immediately folds.
Except
Mo-
for the fact if someone had called with the 5-6 open end straight draw, you're in trouble.
Mo's going to pretty much bet the pot here. He's bet 3,500, and I believe Ed is folded.
Thank you.
And they're going to rabbit hunt here on the river.
Well, it looked like they showed it to each other, but we didn't get to see it.
Well, the purpose of the rabbit cam is so that
It's
we
for
can
us,
see it,
yes.
and not just the players. And then, I mean, Tuckman, he looked at it, and then he put the card in the muck.
He should know better than that.
I think it was a 6.
But I love
Get word that it was a 6.
That's why, you know, good hand.
Go out and flog him.
Blind Ed.
That's a good one. David's just looking at her like, you're crazy. Okay, Avo has pocket queens now.
How much
And he's going to
is
raise it up.
You get a hand.
He raises to what looks like.
That's okay. Take a breath there. Bart, he raised to 300, and it's been folded so far.
Oh, that was good. You have to start.
Simon makes the call. Now heads up here.
King 9 of diamonds, huh? Interesting. Well, Simon should be able to get away from this flop pretty easily, right?
I would imagine.
10-5-4. And Avo is going to bet. He's going to bet 500. And Simon folds. And Avo's going to take it down there. Well, again, the way that this game usually works is it's 50-100. And,
Limits, right.
yeah, $5,000 restricted buy-in. The first rebuy you can buy in for $5,000. The second you can buy in for 10, and the third you can buy in for 20. So now, today we've played 25-50 blinds, but we're gonna
But we're
actually do
still
the
doing
rebuy
it.
the same way.
Right. The original buying 5, then 5, then
So,
10.
you know, Avo, I think, like you said, he's
Confirmed
in
for
for $35,000.
$35,000.
But I mean, he's got
That
at
almost
least
buys my car.
yeah, but he's got at least what he has at least 20,000 on the table.
Right.
He's down probably 15.
Which probably isn't a good thing for him right now because he's not playing well.
Three-way action here. Limped around into the blinds. Ace 5 queen here with a couple of hearts.
Absolutely nothing.
Ed checks.
3.
Mo's going to put in a little bet here. He's going to steal this one, it looks like. He bets 300.
I think that's what's
Wow.
He takes it down.
makes Mo, one of the better players. Is that he knows when those pots. He can pick up those unwanted pots.
Poker instincts.
I think so.
Yeah.
He picks up a lot of unwanted money. So here's our chip count. Avo with the most money, but stuck the most. And then Ed up Ah, he's up $7,000. Vic's up.
Yeah. And Simon, of course, is up from that hand.
Everybody's up except Avo.
Avo is pretty much the contributor
He's,
so
yeah.
far tonight. I
He's
mean,
supporting
pumped
the table.
a lot of money in here to this table, and it's gone around. Vic Park is going to raise here. It's going to make it 400 to go. Again, we're only playing 25-50 blinds. And I think Avo straddled, and he's
Yes,
going to make
he
the
did.
call. Looks like 9-7 off suit.
What's up, fellas?
He's lost it.
$900 pot here. Jack 4 deuce. It is absolutely, and it goes check here. Wow, Vic did not bet. The turn's a jack. Avo's checked again, and now Vic's going to bet. He bets 500, and Avo takes it down. Well, you know, steaming is obviously a big part of this game, Shirley, and
You can't afford to steam.
I know, but look at
Especially
how
in no
Avo's
limit.
changed his play though tonight.
I know.
I mean, would he ever call 7-9 offsuit to a $400 raise out of position against Vic Park?
Well,
Before that,
before
yeah.
right now,
Yeah,
probably not. I don't think I would have seen him do it in the past month.
yeah.
I think if you take a break, you can come back refreshed.
Button's going to move over there to Mo in seat 9. He's going to raise it up to 100. Ed is in seat 8. He's got deuce 5 of spades. Avo calls, and seat 1 calls. Here we go. King 10-5 here. And Avo is in the hand. We can't see what he has. But Ed's going to put a bet in, and he's going to take it down. And look at that. Ed had a bottom pair. Ed continues to get his massage.
That's a long massage.
Do you get, of course, you can get massages here.
I
for
get 'em a
$1
lot.
minute. You do?
Yes.
You
You know,
like
I
to
go to the
treat
gym
yourself?
all the time, and this is the only time I have to get massages. I can't go during the week. I'm always so busy.
What, go
so-
to like the spa, you mean?
Yeah. I already take 2 hours of my day, 4 times a week to go to the gym. I can't take 2 more hours to go
To the spa?
Yeah. I might treat myself one of these times. The 20-minute massages here, they do.
Oh my God.
They do pretty well.
Yeah.
They
work.
I gotta tell you though, and I'm comfortable with my own sexuality. When I get a massage here, I get it from a guy. Because I think the women
girls
are really
aren't strong
light.
enough, yeah.
Yeah, they're just, what's
Yeah.
the point?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
People
I
are like,
agree.
you get it from a guy?
Right.
I'm not gonna get a massage from a
The
guy.
girls, the girls
Huh?
aren't strong enough.
You know, what are you gonna do? I got big back muscles. Ed raised here
450.
to 8 with ace 4 diamonds, and Mo's gonna re-raise to 450 with pocket 7s. I assume that Vic is not going to play king. Well, he's got king queen suited. He's out of position. It's a raise and a re-raise. Ed raised and Mo re-raised. And Vic shows his hand and he's going to fold. And you know that Ed's probably not going to go anywhere here.
No, he'll call. He has an ace.
From you. I'm going to pay you some back.
There it is. He calls. And here we go. Heads up, ace 4 of diamonds against pocket 7s. Well, Ed's got a wheel draw. He's got backdoor diamonds. Not a bad flop for 7s, only 1 overcard. Mo bets 300. And Ed quickly calls. And of course, that doesn't really necessarily mean anything. Turn is a 6.
Yeah, Ed has an ace. Ace out, 3 out.
Mo bets another 300. And Ed quickly
Ed will
calls
call.
again. So Ed could catch an ace or a 3 here. Here we go to the river. And the river's a 5. That's not one of them. And it just gets checked down. You know, the funny thing is, if Ed got more advanced in this game, he really could bet out there on the river, and I don't think Mo would have called.
Probably.
I just...
Yeah, you're probably right.
There's just no way.
Ace or 3.
Hey, Martha, how are you, Martha? How's Martha? Martha's good.
Button moves over here to seat 2.
Martha's good.
That's Avo. Shirley, why don't you read this post?
About you?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me refresh this. Okay.
Oh, you find it.
Yeah, 'cause it's going to take me a minute because I just messed it up.
The button's moved over there to seat 2.
You want me to read this and rag on you?
No, I don't think it's a rag on me. I just think it's an interesting post. Who's ragging on me?
Well, he's saying that you're in the shadow with Dave.
No, he said that Dave was in my shadow. That's why I
No, he
wanted you to
wasn't.
read it.
That's not what he said. Let me see if I read this wrong. Tuckman has a big chance to redeem himself tonight in the eyes of the Live at the Bike audience. You thought I was joking yesterday about you being in his shadow, which means you, but I wouldn't be so sure. So you're in David's shadow. Are you worried that a strong showing by Dave tonight might cause your approval rating to fall?
Oh, that's one of the main things that I'm worried about right now.
Uh-huh.
You can tell.
He told you he might play in this, and you lost your whole night's sleep last night.
I know.
Thinking, oh,
Yeah.
if Dave does well in this game, I'm ruined.
I'm ruined.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
I'm glad to see that Dave is doing well here. But, it doesn't seem like it's all that difficult a game to be. You just need to pick your targets. You got 6 people. You know who you're really going after. And it's really, right now, it's only one person.
There's really not many people in there to go after.
Well, one is enough in this game, apparently, right?
I had a really bad hand.
And you've got somebody who's
Well,
steaming over there in seat 2.
That's true. You
Yeah.
have 2 because you have Avo. So
If I had a hand, I would play.
And Dave is complaining about the fact that he has not really gotten much of a hands. And I think he's pretty much, maybe he's up a couple $100. He's on the
Not
button.
very else. Actually, I had one of those.
But,
medium guys.
maybe if he plays, well today, it might be able to give him the confidence to play in higher games as we go on. 8-7 off suit here. He's going to raise it up to 150. Mo's going to call here. Actually, Mo's going to re-raise. He's going to re-raise with pocket 3s. He's going to make it 425 to go. Simon's out of there. And Dave's trying to take a look at Mo's chips, but Mo re-raised him with pocket 3s. 275 more. And I don't know if Dave's going to get involved here.
Oh, we saw him fold earlier when he actually... Oh, no, it was about the same hand. It was suited.
He had 3-5 with diamonds. This time he's just 7-8. Obviously, if he knew that Mo had pocket 3s and he had position on him, he would definitely call.
Right.
But he's going to fold.
No.
So, and Mo shows him pocket 3s.
Fair or not? No, he's laughing. Is it fair or not?
No, you're ahead of me. Way ahead of me.
Yeah, I'm saying I have it.
You're ahead of me. I had suited. I mean, I had
Suited.
Anything, yeah.
Interesting to see that Mo put that little re-raise in there against David.
You don't call him. I got to throw $300 more.
Button's going to move over there to Mo. I think the reason why you read that, why I wanted you to read that post is, why would I ever think that I was in David's shadow?
You wouldn't because you think you're the star.
Oh, why would anybody think that I was in David's shadow? How about I phrase the question that way? We got pocket aces over here in seat 1. Simon, and he is raised. David's called here in the blind, I believe. Or actually, he had limped and made the call with 7-9 of clubs. The flop comes king, queen, 3. Couple hearts. And Simon's going to make 600 here. Not the best flop for 7-9 of clubs. And that is a big bet, 600 into about, I want to say, maybe a $300 pot. And Tuckman folds.
You want to slow play my aces, man?
Nice hand.
And he shows him the aces.
I thought maybe something like that.
And
I did once, I got fed.
Tuckman folds. But anyways, getting back to that, Simon shirt and the Carl's Jr. commercial and the Shaken Cow and John Paul. That commercial really actually got me to go buy a shake at Carl's Jr. I wanted to try it.
Really?
And it was much better than McDonald's and Burger King shakes. It was actually real ice cream.
Like a real shake.
Yeah, it was like a
Well,
real...
what is
like
the
a-
commercial?
It's
Is
this
it
guy
like a
who looks like he's
song?
humping a cow. and they're doing that Jean Paul song. I don't know the name of the song, but it's that Shake That song.
Oh, yeah, right.
Again, sorry for everyone out there on the East Coast, but Carl's Jr. is a West Coast thing. Avo raised here 150, took it down.
Is it the same as one of the other, same franchise or same like owners as something out there?
On the East Coast?
Yeah,
No.
because
We
there's
didn't really
one
have
like
any- we didn't
hamburger place out there that
Yeah,
I
but-
used to see everywhere.
Well, we don't really have. There are White Castles, but not in
Not
the
White
Boston
Castle.
area. We don't really have a lot of chain fast food stores that are only regional on the East Coast. Not at least in New York and Boston, from what I remember. We have Dunkin' Donuts, but I mean, you just don't
There's a
find those
lot of
here.
Dunkin' Donuts out there.
Oh yeah, well that's where it's from, but you just don't find them here in Southern California.
No, we used to have them. Krispy
then
Kreme. Krispy Kreme
Yeah.
came and ruled.
Well, I always love LA because they actually have homemade donut shops. I mean, there's tons and tons of individual donut shops.
They're
Individual
still
donut
not
shops.
like Krispy Kreme.
And I think they're much better than the chain donuts for sure.
Not Krispy Kreme. Oh, you're crazy. You're crazy.
Simon's gonna raise it up here to 250.
Have you had one from the Krispy Kremes?
I have.
Not just from like a place like 7-Eleven or something? You have?
Warm. So Simon raises to 250. Avo calls with Queen 10. Vic is gonna call with King Queen.
I want a donut all of
And
a sudden.
Tugman's going to call with an Ace 9 suited. And we've got a $1,000 pot going here. Four-way action. Simon, the pre-flop raiser. Queen 9-6. Avo's hit top pair, but look, he's out-kicked by Vic.
Yes.
And again, how often is Avo going to call a raise with Queen 10? Let's see what Simon does here.
Well, he does have Queen 10 on the button, which is...
Yeah. But a lot of times short-handed, Shirley, you're probably going to re-raise or fold that hand.
650.
And Simon is going to bet 650 here.
And let's see if Avo just flat calls.
And let's see what Vic is going to do.
He's just flat calling.
Yeah. He's going to call. What is Vic going to do? The pot's about $2,400, $2,300.
He's gaining no information by just calling.
Well, we know that David's going to leave. I mean, he does have a backdoor heart draw,
But David also has a pair.
yeah, middle pair, backdoor heart draw, overcard. Well, if everyone just calls here, does he have odds to maybe
that's
try
what
to
I'm
pick
thinking.
something up? And Vic is trying to figure out what he's going to do here. Again, the pot's about $2,300. It's $650 to call. And, it wouldn't be out of the realm of... Look at this, Vic folds. He folds. And Tuckman's trying to figure out now, if Vic had called, maybe David calls. But I do not think that he is going to get involved. Let's see here. Nope. So Avo now has the best hand. Turn is deuce. Let's see what Simon does here. I mean, it would be just the thing, the way that Avo's night's been going if that turn card had come 7.
Well, I don't know if Avo's had really bad luck. I mean, I really think it's just he hasn't played one of his better games.
And Simon's going to bet again.
15.
He's going to bet 1,500. 1,500 here into a pot that's about 2,300. And Avo is once again put in a tough spot. Last time it was with King 10. This time it was with Queen 10. Top pair with the 10 kicker. And Simon has fired twice. Now remember, when they went head-to-head before, Simon fired twice with a flush draw. But he fired... And look at this, Avo's going to fold. And Simon takes it down there with pocket 7s. And the river is a 7.
It was a 7.
It's a club. Might have killed a lot of the action. But
So it
Avo
ended up-
called. He got Vic to fold. Simon kept firing, and then Avo folded. Unbelievable stuff here, folks.
Yeah, I think if you would have put in a raise on the flop, he could have avoided that whole situation. Put a raise in on the flop, Vic still would have folded.
How about
David
if
would have
Vic comes out
folded.
and leads?
There
That
you
would have
go.
been a little different too, right?
Yeah.
The way that would have come, that
Right.
would have played out.
But I would imagine that Vic wanted to put in a check raise to
Yeah.
try to, that might work. But because somebody had bet and called in front of him, he's
Yeah.
like, okay, forget it. But I think a raise by Avo on the flop, and then, you take the initiative,
Yeah.
you take control of the hand, and then on the turn you bet. He would have won that hand.
Got a raise there and took it down. Tuckman's got the button now. Yes, I'm definitely not scared of getting massages by men. Take that to the bank. Now, if I went to an Asian massage parlor, it might be a little bit of a different story.
Right.
I might not be getting a massage by a man.
So you've never gone to one of those?
Oh, no, of course not. Dave's got.
Why do I not believe you?
Dave's got pocket fours. He's gonna raise it to 200 here. And look at this, Mo's got
Mo
pocket
has
queens.
Yeah.
And Mo's probably gonna come over the top here again.
6 times today? Approximately? Maybe so.
And Mo is gonna come over the top. And he's gonna make it 750 more.
Okay, let's take 200 and 200. 550 more.
So let's see here. And Dave says he got a pair? Because this time if he had pocket threes, Dave would be in the lead here.
Yes.
But again, I don't think that, Mo is going to just pick on David to make moves against. I still wouldn't really get involved. He's still thinking about it. I want to say it's 550 more. David might have about 4,500 in front of him. And he's going to fold. Now, the problem here for David is that we're playing six-handed, Shirley.
Mm-hmm.
He actually, I just got confirmation as Mo showed queens. He only has about 4,400 in front of him. He's actually getting kind of blinded down a little bit here.
Well, I think that if he doesn't make a stand, and luckily it wasn't on this hand,
Right.
that, the players are going to keep coming over the top of him because he doesn't want to get involved in hands.
Right. Collection pot time. And Ed and Simon are both out of the hands. And now this is going to get down to the nitty-gritty here. Tuckman limps.
Thank you for that. Carl's Jr. equals Hardy.
Ah, there you go. Russ McGinley. Abo's going to raise. He's going to raise it 175 more. And look at this. Dave Tuckman's got king, queen off suit, but we're playing four-handed. And he's in position. Abo made it 175 more, and Dave called. Abo's got 7-4 suited.
Plus, he knows that
but
that
Abo
Abo's on
outflops
tilt.
him.
Yeah, but
Abo
Abo
outflops
only
him.
only has a pair of 7.
Middle pair. He's going to bet 4 1/4. I mean, you're playing four-handed. King Queen's a pretty big hand, isn't it, Shirley? I mean, Dave just limped and then called Abo's raise out of the blind. I might even go so far as to say that Dave's playing it a little bit passive, which he often says about my game, because I think the game might be a little bit big for him.
Yeah, I think he would be a little bit more aggressive in a smaller game.
Yeah.
But I do have to give him credit for playing better than he did last night.
Well,
It's not
that's
hard
not
to
much
do.
credit. Yeah.
A newbie could come and sit down and play better than Dave did last night.
Oh, no, that'll never happen. That's why I said it. No one can believe that.
Well, he's still thinking about it here.
Control the game, they can bring the...
But again, he doesn't have a lot of chips to work with here either, Shirley. I mean, I was put on a nice bet, but Dave is going to raise.
Okay, 4 1/4.
He's going to make it 800 more.
8 more.
And he hasn't played hardly any hands. I
Oh,
think.
but look at this. Abo
Ooh,
comes over the
wow.
top immediately all in. He doesn't buy it. Instantly, he comes over the top all in of Tuckman. I mean, we're playing four-handed here, and Dave just knows he tried to put a move on Abo. And hey,
And I thought it would actually work, but
but Abo, maybe he got a read on Dave. He just doesn't buy it. Came over the top of Dave immediately.
Yeah, but I'm going to go. Because they say 60,
And Dave is going to fold.
and these guys got to pay their own, right?
And Abo takes it down.
You guys got to pay their own, right?
Yeah, I got to
Good player against good player there. I just think that Abo thought he had the best hand, and he did.
Okay, honey.
I
Give
need
me,
a good line.
He's gonna pay.
And now you
Give
wonder
me
how Dave is going to play. I mean, here's the other thing, too. I mean,
put the 4
Dave's
that are
got
in the hand,
2,000
15
left.
over here,
The blinds are 25.50.
and then 15.
I don't think he wants to rebuy. Do you just get up and leave right now?
And then
I don't necessarily know if I'd want to play with this amount of chips on the
Right.
table. Right?
it doesn't give you much to
I mean,
maneuver
is he
with.
going to short stack? I mean, does he want to push in $2,500 in pocket tens? I mean, we're not,
And
you know, you, David, and I, we're not
Oh, well,
super rich like an Ed. That money, I mean, you're going to push in $2,500 in cash in pocket nines over the top of someone, gamble it up, see if you get a big stack. You know, it's a little bit. I might be intimidated if I was in Dave's spot right now. You know.
Yeah.
And Ed has straddled here. Seat 8. David completes. King 4 suited.
Unite.
And Ed's got queen deuce. So here we go. 10-10-6.
Go.
Ed checks. Dave
They both check. Dave
checks.
checks.
Turns.
Now David has a flush draw, and it looks like they both
Now
check.
he's made a flush. He bets 200. Not going to get paid off. And he takes it down. Now, the thing about Hardee's on the East Coast is the only time I ever saw Hardee's, because the reason why I didn't know that, because, look at me, I'm a guy that, frequents fast food places a lot. Hardee's is like a big staple in rest stops. People who are familiar about East Coast highways, not freeways, but highways and interstates, rest stop food. I mean, it's not something that you really want to get into. Chip count
Chip
here.
count.
Well, Abo's leading the table, but he's by
Still,
far
still the
down.
big loser.
I knew that.
David's down a little bit, and everybody else is up. Mo's
Yeah.
up to 8. They all started with 5. Simon, Ed, Vic, Mo,
Well, actually,
and
Vic
David
was-
all started with 5.
Yeah, Vic is up for the night, but started the show at about 11,000, so he hasn't really done anything for the show.
Right. So I was going to say maybe up towards where you're from, Boston, New York, and stuff like that. They're more just on the road. So when I was in North Carolina, South Carolina, they seem to be like all over the place.
Well, Ed is bet here 50. I'm trying to see here. Oh, there we go. David's got Jack 9. He's got a gut shot. Ed bet on the 8, and he's bet again here on the turn.
And they only bet $50, right?
Well, I think that's why Dave called. Dave called the flop, and then I think Ed bet 200 there on the turn.
Uh-huh.
No, I couldn't even call.
But, so what were you saying about New York? I'm sorry. We got into that hand.
Well, I was just saying that in North Carolina and South Carolina that they seem to be not just on the interstates. They seem to be, not like truck stops, or anything like that.
Yeah.
They were like they are around here. Like the Carl's Jr.
Right. Have you stopped at like a lot of truck stops in your time before?
No, I've been to one. I've been to one, and it was actually closed. We went to go see the Eminem concert, and we were dying for Taco Bell afterwards.
Oh.
And I knew that there was one at this place, on the truck stop going out to Vegas, because it was past, almost to Barstow, where we went. So we were driving back. I go, we'll stop by that truck stop, and it was closed. It was
David
like
is
midnight.
raised here with Queen 10 off suit, and Ed is called with King Deuce. And David hits top pair, all clubs with the Queen. Now Tuckman should make a little bit of money here.
Yeah, well, Ed's hit a pair.
He's going to bet 300, but can Ed call here with King Deuce without a club?
Can he? Yes.
Dave bets 300 here. Wow! And I guess I were right. And Ed calls. Turn is a 7. David still has the best hand here. This is exactly the situation that you want to get in.
I bet just 300.
And now Dave's going to bet 300 again. Kind of a small bet into this pot. And Ed quickly calls.
Calls.
And the river's a 5. Does David make a value bet here at the end?
I don't know. He's in position.
Do you worry that Ed...
You would think Ed might just have a club. He just checks that.
David just checked it down.
That you might not get called.
Look at this.
You're only going to lose.
Yeah. Well, Dave put in a $300 bet into a pot that was about 900 there on the turn. Kind of small. Without a club.
You were not? Really? You were not?
He wasn't dealt
Yeah, he wasn't. Oh, he wasn't there.
I'll 100.
I'm out.
What do you mean you're out?
The other thing, too, is I said, you've stopped at, like, a truck stop in your time. Have you stopped in Barstow, too? That's just as bad. It's just a big truck stop.
Well,
You can come anytime.
no, not really.
Are you kidding me?
No, on Main Street they have that McDonald's with the rail,
that
the
McDonald's.
whatever, the
For
train.
anyone not familiar with Barstow, is the midway point from L.A. to Vegas.
LA to Vegas, right.
Tuckman's going to raise here again. He's going to make it 175 to go. He's got ace 9, and Ed calls with ace deuce. Mo's got pocket 4s.
What's wrong with 175?
There's nothing wrong with that. Don't let him throw you off.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And Simon calls and Mo calls. So here we go, 4-way action. It's about a $700 pot. King, Jack, 3. Now look at this. If David makes a continuation bet, he could take it down here. No, Simon's got a flush draw.
Simon.
Last time Simon bet right into a flush draw.
Good, Dave. I check.
And David's not going to fire. And Ed checks. Turn is a jack. And David still has the best. Actually, Mo has the best hand with pocket fours.
Yes.
And I'm surprised that Mo didn't bet there.
Good.
And now does David bet? It got checked to him twice. And now he is going to bet. He's going to bet 500. And what does Mo do with pocket fours? And what does Ed do? And how much value can you put if Ed calls in between? David bet 500. Oh, Mo's not going to get involved. Yeah. Now Simon's got a flush draw. He calls. And here we go to the river. The river's a 4.
Ooh, that would have given Mo a full house.
And does David think he needs to bet here to win? What is Simon going to do? David, this pot is pretty big here. I mean, the pot is about $1,800. And Simon's trying to figure out what he's going to do. There's no way Simon can win the hand here.
Are you going to play after 9?
And looks like this, Shirley. Looks like he's going to come out and bet. It's a heart. Can he represent the heart? And he's going to bluff Tuckman here. He's going to put out a bet. He's going to bet $1,500. Remember, it went checked around on the flop. Simon called David's turn bet. And now the river is a heart. And remember, before Simon bet into a flush draw earlier, this time he made it different. He was on the club draw, but he checked it. And now he's representing hearts. And maybe he called in the turn with a heart. And he's bet $1,500 here into a pot.
And I don't see David making a call here. I hope that
$3,300 pot, $1,500 to call.
Give your cards to Ed, and
yeah,
Ed will call.
Again, this might be coming to play with it. The game is just so big here. And David's saying you either have a monster or nothing. I mean, supposedly Simon could have backed into hearts. It's a $1,500 bet, $3,300 to call. He's made a bluff here. And let's just listen and hope David makes the call here, Shirley.
Come on, David.
I mean, $1,500 staring you in the face for a pot of $3,300 there.
10 more minutes. You sure?
Can he trust his instincts?
Mike.
He's really having a tough one with this one.
Mike. And why'd you bet $500 on the 10?
It's almost like, maybe Dave would be, he's going to fold it, Shirley. Maybe he didn't like his kicker with his ace. And Simon showed the bluff, and let's see if we can get a look at David now. Oh, wow. And there it is. And David said clubs or hearts, and he got bluffed out there on the river.
I think he really knew it. I think he really knew.
Yeah.
Don't you think so? I think that he just didn't want to put that money in, but I really think that in his gut he knew that he had the best hand with ace high.
Oh. He said he put him on queen 10, clubs or hearts. So he was getting 2-1 on his money. So if he did that, he'd have to put it, make the equation in the head.
Call.
Well, I mean, it depends on how much he puts, what percentage of the time he puts, each, player on, what specific hand.
Well, if
he was
you're
getting 2-1 on, and he thought that there was equal chance he could have queen 10.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Then you have to make the call.
Checked around here on the flop. Turns a 4.
75.
Simon's going to bet 75 here.
Mike, how are you?
And he is going to take it.
Is everything okay?
So Simon has actually played pretty well here tonight, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Yep.
Oh, Angie?
Showed the bluff. And Avo's still steaming over there. He's the one that's contributed most of the money to the table.
I'm sure.
4 or 5 years ago.
Maybe even 5 months ago.
No, you have to trust him.
Oh yeah, and there's some discussion on the board about Brokeback Mountain.
What is that?
It's the gay cowboy and western flick.
Oh, okay.
Oh man. David has limped in here with Ace Queen offsuit. Mo is raised here with Ace Jack. Small blind's called with Queen 10, and Dave's got the best hand here.
Has he limped or was Vic in hand? Was he the blind?
I think he's the blind. I think
He might
you're
have been the blind.
Yeah, we're playing really short here. Here we go. King, Jack 4. What a horrible flop for Ace Queen.
Yes.
It's all. It's 170.
But Mo's hit a pair and Avos hit an open end.
And Mo's going to bet. He's going to bet 500.
Sell the 7-11 for 100.
And if Avo calls here, yeah, David, you can look at the frustration of his face. Avo calls. David's out of there.
I got 2 water.
Here we go to the turn. Turn's a 4. Mo still has the best hand here with Ace Jack. And it's going to go check here, I believe.
Well, Mo checked. I don't know. Yep.
Yep. And the river's a 4. And now, does Avo bluff at it from up front?
I swear I was.
He'd be bluffing into the wrong person. I think Mo would smell that from a mile away.
Well, there he's going to make the call. He's going to make the bet.
I knew you would.
He's going to bet 600 here.
Or Queen 10. Huh?
He's going to bet 600.
Queen 10, clubs or hearts. 1 and 3.
Obviously, Mo can't beat the king, but he
No,
still has
but
a-
I mean, it's.
he induced this bluff by checking behind here on the turn.
I know you don't bet a king there.
You had a straight draw, right?
It
And
seems
that's right, Mo. Mo said you have a straight draw, and that's
Don't
right.
say like that. I know you had a straight draw. You
I mean,
didn't catch it.
I know they were in there sitting there going,
He's calling Avo's hand
he is
out right
calling
now.
his hand. I don't know why it's taking him so long. That's why I said he could smell that from a mile away. And he did. But he's still hesitating.
It's a $600 bet here. And the pot, I want to say, is about $1,200. So $1,800 pot, about $600 to call. And he's going to make the call, and there it is. Avo missed. And Mo takes it down there
And
with
Mo
the ace
didn't
jack.
make him show the hand, but
Well, what do you think he had? I mean, it's obvious.
well, yeah, but then that gives.
Bravissimo.
I think that probably makes Avo uncomfortable that Mo read the situation so great,
Yeah,
and it also makes Mo feel, like I'm right on with this guy.
yeah. Absolutely. Button's going to move over there to Avo in seat 2.
That is good.
Yeah, homosexual Western movie is definitely innovative, I would guess. It's never been done before. I don't know about the idea. Isn't there a show, though, like on Bravo, Isaac, called Gay Rodeo? I was just I don't know. I just threw that out to Isaac, but I think that's actually a show. It's called Gay Rodeo
I
or
think
something.
there's a lot of things, but I don't know about gay rodeo.
I think there is. I think it's called Gay Rodeo. King Deuce 10 here on the flop. And Ed's going to bet 200 here with a bottom pair. Simon's going to call with 8-10. And I think they're just going to check it down
Coming
here.
into every goddamn pot I'm in. I check.
Turns a 6. Check. River's a 9.
You got it. I had to do it.
And Simon's going to take it down there with a pair of 10s.
So happy I had to do it.
What do you call? 10-6.
There it is.
Oh, Mr. Nevada. Are things good, Nevada? Good. Good, that things are good.
And Ed's got a lot of chips. Ed hasn't really been, he hasn't played incredibly bad
Ed,
tonight. I mean,
he's made some questionable calls. He's made a lot of questionable calls.
Button's going to move over there to Vic Park in seat 3. We are playing high-handed right now. Limped around here. And Ed is in the blinds. He's got King 8 of clubs. And he's going to mini raise here.
125 more.
Going to make it 125 more.
Probably gonna win.
And we're going to see a flop here. King 8 against King 9. Deuce 4-7. Ed checks. And this, again, these guys don't really play against each other.
Right.
But look at this. Ed hits an 8 now on the turn.
No more 7, please.
River is a 5.
I
I think David, we're getting word that David Tuckman's getting chips, Shirley.
Might be. That's what I think. Yeah. That would be a good thing. He can play short stack.
Well,
Well, I
Ed's
mean, he
going to take
can,
it
but-
down there with king 8. Well, there's David. So I don't know if he's going to rebuy here or what.
Take a minute. Ed, you have a small blind on the button too, please. Do we have a live straddle this hand?
Live straddle here by Abo in seat 2. So I don't know if Dave's going to reload there or not. Pocket 10s here for Abo. Ed's going to limp. And yeah, Dave Tuckman's got chips. Looks like 2 more thousand there. Picked up 2,000 more. Mo's going to raise here. He made it 600 total. But look at Avo. He's got the real hand. So Mo's trying to steal here with deuce 3, but Avo's got pocket 10s. And Ed had limped in there with queen 4. Now this pot was straddled, so Mo was trying to pick up the straddle spot. So we're going to see it heads up here. Mo's hit a pair. And he's going to bet 1,200 here, but Avo's got the overpair. Mo's bet 1,200 here. And is Avo ever going to raise? Or is he just going to smooth call again here?
He raised against you.
He just calls, and now Mo can't like his hand now.
No.
Turn is a 6. Pot's about $3,000. Mo checks. And Avo has to bet here now, right? But $3,000 pot. And Avo checks right behind him. And the river is a 7, but Avo makes a straight.
Think he'll bet now.
Well, do you think that Mo will bluff now? Now he checks. I mean, maybe Mo is hoping that Avo has something like, you know, a couple of high cards. But what would he call a flop with? Does that mean, would he call a flop with ace, king, ace, queen? I just don't buy it. There's just no way that Mo has the best hand here. And Avo's going to bet now.
19.
He's going to bet 1,900. I mean, Shirley, we've been critical of Avo's game all night. Can you imagine if a deuce or a 3 had peeled off there on the river?
Yeah. Well, he would have asked for that one. And he didn't raise the flop. And he checks the
checked
turn.
behind the turn.
Yeah. Horrible. I really don't think he could play anymore. And the funny thing is that he was one of my favorites on this game as far as his play. Until tonight, in the past 4 weeks. I liked his style in the game. I thought he mixed it up. Played solid poker.
No, you know, if the game was still beginning, and we check 5,000, I don't need to. I have 3,000 funds.
And Mo is still thinking here, but again, I just can't imagine what Avo would have called the flop with. Unless he was trying to see if Mo was going to fire on the turn. Sometimes you can call a flop with something like ace, queen, ace, king, if you're in position and you don't think the other guy has anything. But once he checks it to you on the turn, isn't it then your time to fire to try to take it away? Avo checked behind the guy in the turn. And Mo checked it twice to him, and Avo has bet here on the river 1,900. The pot is $5,000. It's 1,900 for Mo to call. And Mo is going to get away from it. I can't. I mean, more power to Avo if I'm Mo, and he called me with a couple of high cards, and then checked the turn and then bluffed at me at the river. It's just too far stretching. You know what I mean? The chances of my hand with a lone pair of deuces being good here, I can't see it. Obviously, it's more convenient for me because I can see the cards.
Right.
There's Action Joe in there.
Oh, is he going to sit down?
Doesn't quite look like it.
Okay, we have ace queen and ace jack here, so.
Seat 9's going to raise here to 200 Mo. He's got ace queen of diamonds. Like you said, Simon's got ace jack of hearts.
Raise.
Oh no, I ordered.
And Simon's going to re-raise.
Maybe later. Thank you.
600 is the bet.
He's going to raise to 600 here.
4 to go.
400 more for Mo to call. And Mo is in position. And Mo's going to make the call. So here we go. $1,200 heads up. King, 10, 5. Both players miss. Now, if Simon can bet here, he might be able to take it down. Not a great flop for ace, queen, and ace, jack. Both players have gut shots. And he is going to bet.
1,000.
He's going to bet 1,000. And Mo
Mo
quickly
calls without even, yeah.
Quickly calls. Turn is a 7. It's a spade, and that might scare Simon a little bit here. Mo called in position there with
I
ace
think
queen.
Mo calling on the flop scared him.
Pot is now $3,200. How much more does Mo have left over there?
Oh, no. There we go.
He's got quite a bit.
Yeah, it looks like.
Yeah. About 5,500, so both. And look, and Simon checks, and Mo immediately bets. He bets 1,500. There's a great example of the power position there, that hand. I mean,
Great example of just having great reads. Knowing when you can take pots away. Knowing when your hand's good.
well, I guarantee you that Mo wouldn't probably have check called the flop in early position against a lone player with that type of flop. I mean, obviously Mo has great poker senses, and there you go, Simon folds. But it's always best to be next to act or last to act when you're in this game, especially No Limit Texas Hold'em. Takes it down. Nice hand, Mo. Button's over there in seat 1.
Oh, it's up to me.
Mo's got ace king suited. He's going to make it 200 to go. Simon's going to call. King 8 of diamonds, and he's steaming a little bit on the button. He is dominated.
Okay, you got one call.
Ed's got queen 9.
3 players.
And here we go to the flop. King Jack 6. Is Simon going to get involved here? And Ed's got a straight draw. Ed checks.
600.
Mo's going to bet 600. If you're going to play King 8 of diamonds, is this what you're looking to hit? Even though we are on a short table. It's a $600 bet. Pot is $1,200. And Simon's going to raise. He's going to raise to 1,600.
Ed raise 16.
1,600 to go. He's made it 1,000 more.
Is Ed feeling lucky?
Well, what is, if Ed calls here, you can't really put any type of credence on that. You know he could be on some sort of draw.
Uh-huh.
What does Mo do now with ace king? Do you really push when it comes back to you? Simon hasn't been playing
I
like
think you
this
might
all night.
have to.
Yeah, but Simon hasn't been playing like making these calls with king 8, but he did just lose that hand before, so he could be steaming. So you figure that your ace king is probably the best hand, and it is.
How much do you have there?
And Mo asks, how much do you have?
8,000.
Simon has 8,000 left. He's made it 1,000 more. 1,000 more to go.
Maybe 83.
And Mo almost has Simon covered. Mo's got about 6,000 in front of him. The pot is 3,400. It's 1,000 for Mo to call. And what does Mo do here? There's a lot of cards that could scare you on the turn. Sometimes people are proponents of, well, do you wait for a safe card? But Mo's out of position, your head's up. I don't buy into that a lot of the times. Not only do you not know where you're at, a card could kill your action. And what are you looking for on the turn here if you think you have the best hand now? I mean, like a low, non-clubbed blank card?
I think he's just trying to figure out if he has the best hand or not. I would imagine if he thinks he has the best hand, he'll put in a raise.
No,
Make
he
his
calls.
call.
That's
Wow.
what I was saying. That's what I
Yeah.
was saying. It's a dangerous way to
I
play it.
didn't- yeah, I
Here we
didn't
go
think
to the
that's how he
turn.
would play it.
Turn is a club. It's the 9 of clubs. And that is
And
definitely a
if
scary...
if he
oh,
puts
God.
Simon on a draw, he's there.
That's got to be one of the worst cards you could see. That probably
Queen 10,
is
he made a straight, and the
singularly
flush draw. Yeah.
the worst card you could see. Queen 10 makes a straight, 9
Right.
of clubs makes a flush. But let's see if Simon can take it away, though. Simon is in position here. And look at this. No, Simon checks right behind
Oh,
Mo.
wow.
And it's a club on the river. Simon missed a golden opportunity to take that away.
he
And it
did.
gets checked down.
King.
And Mo is going to take it down there with the ace-king. And there is, kind of an example of how Simon, he's not as
Wow.
experienced
Yeah.
in this game as some of the other players. But that was a great time to take it down there on the turn in position. Use
Yeah,
your
I didn't
position.
like most play on the flop, to tell you the truth. I'm surprised he just flat called.
I just wanted to, I was trying to figure out, maybe he was waiting for a safe card.
I mean, he might have read the situation differently, but
I mean, Simon could have bet the river as well.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying. The river.
Unbelievable. But Simon kind of just shut down there. He had a great opportunity to steal it away.
Okay.
And Tuckman's back in the game. He's in the big blind. Just between the blinds here.
he has 7-8.
Vic Park looks like he's got 9-10.
He has 9 something.
He's got top pair. He's going to bet there. Takes it down.
Huh? 9 beat. 9 beat.
Only 1-9?
Big blind, please, Ed.
1-9?
No, 9 high beat. 8-4.
And Tuckman is in the small blind here. He's got 3-5 off suit. And it's going to get folded.
Let's go.
Mo and Ed. Small blind and big blind. 6-7 and Jack-8 of diamonds.
Wow.
Wow.
Simon flops a full house.
Nice flop.
It's actually Ed and Simon. Excuse me.
Bye. All right, send it.
And remember, these two don't really bet against each other, right?
I'm in,
Right.
but he said bye-bye. I thought you were, all right, one more.
I think they had a little proposition bet there
No, I'm 8, he's 7.
Right, they
Yeah.
were going $100 for what?
for numbers. I think Mo had an 8. So if it comes out,
Okay.
it goes check, check here. I'll explain that to you after. Turn is a 3.
What if the guy's not here? Go check it back.
Right, they each pick the numbers, and if
here.
Right. And the river's a
Doesn't see
5.
that. You're not gonna
Simon
have-
flopped a
wow.
full house. Again, these guys don't bet against each other.
Straight.
And he takes it down.
Straight?
Now that prop bet, sometimes we see it in
I
our
have
big
6,
game.
7, and
Sometimes
9.
you have a combination of two numbers. Say Mo has a jack and an 8.
He's here. He doesn't
Or
see
say
that.
Mo has jack, 8, and 4. Anytime the flop comes out all of your numbers, whether it's 3 8s, jack 8 4, or
Right.
jack jack 4,
Right.
you win the prop bet. So that's basically
You blast out,
how it works. And Mo
You're not supposed to pay it.
is in the big blind. For 25.50 no limit hold'em we're playing here. Purple chips are $25 chips. White chips are $100 chips. Collection pot time. If this pot goes over, it's got to be smaller than 500 if you're playing 25.50 now, right? If it goes over a certain amount, let's call it 250. That winner of the pot pays the collection. And again, I wonder what the collection is in this game too. If the blinds are smaller. Jack 8-7 here was limped around, all hearts.
Yeah. It does not.
Ed has the best hand here with a pair of 8s.
Check. Go.
Checked around, turn is a 5. No one has a heart here.
no.
One more hard.
And the river's a 5, and Ed has the best hand here with a pair of
I
8s.
check.
Go ahead. 75.
And Simon's going to bet 75 here.
You like the 5?
75 into a pot that's $150. And Ed has a pair of 8s, and
I don't think he can call.
It wouldn't surprise me, though, if he did call. Well, Simon takes it down.
I'm getting good at reading Ed.
Simon takes it down. It is kind of tough there not to call with a heart.
Yeah.
You don't have a heart in your hand.
Yeah.
You may know. Under 10 minutes, maybe. 90 years from there. That's it.
pot has to be over 600, and it's still 15. Is that?
Well,
I think that's what I heard.
yeah, the pot still has to be over 500 or 600.
Little collection pot. Mo paid it, but we'll just reimburse Mo here.
It doesn't need it, Jake.
Button's going to move over there to Ed in seat 8. And we got a straddle here by seat 2. Ed's going to raise it up here to 400, 2550 blinds. He's got 8-9 suited. Simon calls with Queen Jack. And Avo's in there with Queen 5 of diamonds.
Yeah.
7 deuce 3, a couple spades. Ed's got overcards and a flush draw. And you imagine that he's going to put a bet in here with the semi-bluff. Fold full. Ed bets, and he takes it down.
Thank you, everyone.
Give him money away here.
Come on. You want a cash bite check, Ed?
You can hit and run again like last week. Come on.
Thank you, Ed.
Again, we are playing a $25, $50 cash game. Somebody just pointed out on 2+2 that our chip concept said shootout up. Well,
It's not a
obviously
shootout.
not a
It's
shootout.
a live action game.
It's not a live action tournament either. It is
Right.
a cash game.
$5,000 buy-in.
Yeah.
25-50 blinds.
Yeah. And the button moves over here to Mo. We are not escalating the blinds. And David Tuckman is in the game. He's down a few thousand, unfortunately.
But playing a hell of a lot
Yeah,
better.
I think he's playing.
And I really think he made the correct read, but folded
Yeah.
with his ace high.
Live straddle here. Vic Park, I believe, in C3.
You straddling, Vic?
Yeah. Action.
Raise 400.
If you go there,
$400 raise by Ed. He's got pocket 6s. And Vic's got pocket 7s.
I'm dead.
$800 pot.
I am dead.
Here we go to the flop. Queen, ace, 8 with a couple of clubs. Vic checks, and Ed's going to bet.
maybe later, huh?
And Vic is going to
Vic,
fold.
yeah. We haven't heard from Vic at all today.
No. There it is. Ed's going to take it down with the worst hand.
Ed wins again.
A pocket pair.
A machine, I tell you. He's a machine.
Pair.
Friggin' machine.
Mine, I think.
So we have this email here that tells Bart to be nicer to me. Yeah, Bart.
About 5. Yes.
You know, after a massage over there, you just know that sex is so overrated.
Oh, man, that's funny. It's been limped around so far.
Raise.
And Ava raises out of the small blind there with
Avo,
Jack
what do you
9 of
think?
clubs.
Avo, take it back.
Huh? Take it back? Oh, maybe I should.
I think you should.
David calls. And Ed calls.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's like, okay. And Simon called. 4 players in the pot.
My pot, though.
Flop of Queen 9-4. David still has the best hand here. But yeah, he can't stand. Oh wait, no, Avo does have the best hand. Pair of 9s. Missed that one.
Queen room, but otherwise.
And Simon's calling. Okay, we'll see if he was calling with the intention of taking it down if the heart came.
Bet 1200.
Avo bets 1,200. Now, if Simon called there, I would have hoped that it was because he wanted to make a move. He just flat calls. And the reverse is 7. If he had pushed all in right there, he would have got this pot. He has the ace hearts, makes a call. on the flop for what?
Wow, and how big is this pot?
Well, I'm not, yeah, this pot's big. Was raised pre-flop at, I think it was 4 people, 5,
Yeah.
4 or 5 people.
Mine?
Well, it looks like Simon, though, he's going to come out and bluff at it, though, here at the end. And I just walked into this hand midway.
Yes, you did.
But he's going to bet, it looks like,
Horrible.
2,000.
He's played this really bad.
And, I mean, the pot looks big, and I think Avo might
Yeah,
call
Avo
here
have to
with
make a
Jack
call.
nine.
I mean, Simon missed his opportunity. He called on the flop.
Yeah,
And then
Avo's
when the
gonna-
juice comes and he has the ace of hearts in his hand and it gets checked to him, or I mean bet to him, he doesn't push in. He's got a wheel draw, he has the heart draw,
Yep, there it is.
and he doesn't push in. He doesn't take the opportunity to see
Wow,
that
Simon
pot.
just pretty much lost a lot. His huge amount of chips there, didn't he? That was a big pot there.
He screwed up that hand.
And he's down to about, what, I want to say 3,000 now, huh?
Maybe we're gonna have.
Oh, what was that?
Yeah, maybe we're gonna have
3,500. He was up to
12.
11,000 at one point.
Probably watching me go.
Unbelievable.
I actually don't think it's 35. I think you're right, 3,000. He's got a stack
Oh, were they
there of
watching the game?
No,
2,000.
They were in
3,000.
Vegas.
Yeah.
I talked to them yesterday. I told them to come.
Yeah, they were in Vegas,
Oh,
and he's
stack of
saying
25,
in 2 hours
okay.
we're gonna be there.
You were in Vegas today?
Just keep the game
Got
going.
a live straddle here by Ed
Yeah,
over
they-
there,
from here they
C8.
left it.
Get the lights on.
Now they are coming. He said if you can keep the game,
I just called. Are you gonna keep playing after?
we like it. If you guys want it, if everyone sits down, yeah. of course.
And David's got a free ride there in the blind with Jack 4 of spades.
Go.
8, 6, 10 here.
Yeah, he said if you can keep the game, we like
Turns a
this
king,
game.
it goes check, check.
Let's go.
Check, check again. David is good right now with Jack high, and the river's a queen.
Okay, I checked. Last time I checked. Can't you?
And Ed says, I can't check. He can't check because he's got 7 high.
Make 100.
And he's going to bet 100.
No. Play your game.
Play your game. You
Play
can.
your game.
And David's going to fold there with Jack high.
Don't think. No, he may lie.
And Ed steals one. Steals
Yes,
a
he
small
does.
one there.
Yeah, I'm saying.
But I had 3-7. Sort of suited if your eyes are like me.
I said, like I said, I asked
So look at this post here. A ghost post by
win.
Munkin Flop SKR. He says, I feel for David after his ego was bruised from yesterday. He's put himself in an uncomfortable position by playing in a short-handed game in which he may not have enough bankroll. Also throw in the fact that everybody is watching and criticizing his play, and he's put himself in a position of playing with a bruised ego in an aggressive short-handed game under a lot of pressure. Not a good combination. Let this serve as a reminder that being a pro poker player is not easy. Game selection and playing in a game which you are comfortable with is very important. Lesson learned, don't let your ego get in the way. Well put. I don't think David's letting his ego get in the way. He's just not having a great night
When you get a chance.
tonight. We had a raise here, I believe, by Avo
All right, darling.
with ace-jack. King 6-4. He's got 3 callers.
Oh, we already have a flop.
And it does not look like anyone really hit a piece of this. Avo made it, I want to say, 300 pre-flop. Pot's about 1,200. It gets checked to Vic Park. Again, King 6-4 on the board here, 2 spades. And Vic is going to take the opportunity to bet here, figuring that nobody hit it. On the button, he's going to bet 700. Little over half the size of the pot, and there you go. He's going to steal one there. I mean, that's not a huge
Fine,
flop,
yeah.
but
But he picks up something.
yeah. Got a little less than an hour left in the show. Button moves over there to Tuckman in seat 6.
And then after this 7, if you let me know.
And again, Dave bought in for 2,000 a little bit. I don't know, maybe half an hour ago. Mo's got pocket queens in the small blind, or the big blind, seat 9.
Some couple of
And look at this, though. Simon's going to come in for a raise with king, queen suited to 250. Abo's got pocket 3s. He's going to make the call. Vic has got an ace-10 offsuit there in seat 3.
All right, it's my small
We
blind.
talk about that hand. I hate that hand. I saw him folded it earlier, Shirley, but this time he calls. Maybe playing against the player there. Unfortunately, everybody's going to hear from Mo because he's got pocket queens there
Right.
in the big blind. And look at this. Ed's going to fold Jack Deuce. And Mo says raise.
I knew. That had good sense. I almost called, but I
So he puts in the 250 and he says raise. And oftentimes when somebody does that, it shows extreme strength. And I think that he raised it to 3,000.
I'm stuck like 30,000.
3,000.
You stuck 30.
Well, he figures there's enough in that pot already. And Simon, I mean, he started the raise. He's got, he can't even probably call this raise fully. He's going to fold. I can't imagine that Abo's going to call her with pocket threes.
He's got at least 12 cards wrong.
Fold. And Mo's going to take it down.
I had pocket aces. I flopped aces. I picked on it. The guy didn't put me on ace.
That's different.
He had ace too, but
I gotta, Shirley, I don't know who this guy is, RTX on 2+2. It sounds
know.
kind of like a joke post, but he seems
I'm
to have,
getting bothered. It sounds like he has it out for David
he
because
seems like he wrote a post here saying that, and he wrote a couple posts at the end of last night's thread saying that there's no way Dave Tuckman can be a winning player.
I highly doubt you don't want that.
right. Well, I mean,
ace jack against pocket aces.
we know.
It could be Scott Groves.
I flopped ace.
Yes, it
Ace
could.
jack. I flopped ace jack.
Why is there tension between those two?
I don't know.
I don't know neither, but I know there is.
He had ace jack.
It says here that they can't change their playing pattern in extraordinary ways like tonight, and that's not true. I mean, absolutely you can. I mean, I did it, I guess it was last week. I'm normally playing in bigger limit games, and I sat down in the 100 game, and I just played gamble it up. Okay, let's have fun. Let's play this. I played a lot more hands than I normally would have. It actually cost me money sitting out at 100 game. Yesterday I came into work and one of the guys said, "Hey, I'll start that 100 game if you want to sit, want to sit here and help me." And I said, "No way, it cost me too much money. I'm going to go sit in the 500 because I played better." I was gambling the 100, and that's probably what David was doing.
Well, the pot
Yesterday.
was limped around. Ed hit a weak six. We had a weak ace. He bet the flop and he took it down. Again, if you want to see what we're talking about, you can go to a live thread where you can be interactive with the show. Go to 2plus2.com, spelled out, click on
Right.
forums. World Poker Tour and other televised tournaments, the official live the bike thread.
Or you
For
can
December
email us.
14th. You can also email us live@thebike.com.
That pocket pair too.
I say one of our aces more come up. He's gonna see that. I can't lie on that.
But I don't think that David is playing that bad today. I mean, it's just a situation is that it's really tough to play in this game when the money really hurts. As you can see, the $1,500 lay down there by Dave when I think he thought he had the best hand.
I really do think he had the best hand. And I don't think
Well, he
that...
did have the best hand.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Okay. Man, you just corrected me. That's my job.
Which brings me to an email here after this table.
Oh, I already said that.
I asked
you
Garo,
want
he
the
said
rest
that
of
you
it?
didn't say it.
Yeah, well, Gar wasn't listening.
Mo's got ace-10 of hearts, queen-9. Mo raised it up to 200. Simon called with king-5. Queen-7-6 here on the flop. Simon checks. Mo bets 500.
Simon's
Simon's
definitely
getting
afraid of
frustrated.
Mo, I think. But
You read the email here from Fancy Princess. Bart, please be nicer to Shirley.
Yes.
You gotta, I remember there was a time a month or two ago where people were emailing and saying, "Shirley, be nicer to Bart."
Yes, they were. It's my job to abuse Bart.
I got excited. I thought you were surrounded.
Bud moves over here to seat 1.
Is that how you get excited?
I know, that's it.
At that age?
He gets excited by me.
And we had an email here from Jeff Malawi.
I
Malawi
get excited too.
said, "Why did the casino change the brand of cards they use?" I have to agree with you, Jeff. These cards are just driving me nuts with these shades of colors.
And it's not even the shades of color on the where the numbers are.
Yeah.
The other side are this
Oh, this
horrible
is
pink color
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a horrible blue color.
Yeah. Three-way action here, limped around in between the blinds, ace-6-10. I was going to come out and bet 150 here with ace-8. He's got top pair, and he's going to take it down. Well, I mean, the other thing, too, and maybe it's just my eyes, but doesn't it look like with our flop cam that the cards do not look quite the same as the older cards before?
Well, they look different. I mean, they're different. You can tell.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's this horrible color pink.
So here we go with another chip count here. Well, Avo's got over 21,000, but he's in for 35,000.
Right, so he's still losing.
I want to say that Mo is probably the big winner
Yeah,
since
he's
the
up
show started.
6,500.
Vic
And
has
Vic's
pretty much
hanging-
just cruised
yeah.
at even. And
Stayed
Ed's
at
up
11 all
about
night.
$5,000 for the show.
What is it? Oh, you didn't get excited with my... You,
I didn't see the straddle.
You only get excited with his straddle, huh?
Now Tuckman's got 9 deuce off suit, and Ed has straddled. And David is going to fold. Trying to make a good Omaha hand, but can't do it there. Jack 5,
Nope.
deuce 9.
Nope,
3 clubs, right?
not good. So last night I actually
Then again,
played
Shirley, if you had ace, 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 ace in your hand, you would raise.
4 of them, no. three of them, yes. Last night I actually played in the 75-150.
On PokerStars?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. How was that?
You know, the game was actually pretty good. It's just uncomfortable for me.
Right.
Well,
Well, if you're comfortable in the 30-60, why bother?
I'm comfortable in the 30-60, and honestly, like losing $5,000 in a 75-150, it's not going to break my bank. You know,
Right.
it's actually not going to dent my bankroll. But it's just not something that I'm used to, and I'm comfortable at the 30-60, so I don't think I'll be playing in it that often.
Look at this. Simon raised here to 300 with pocket 9s, and Tuckman has the same hand. Let's see what David does. And Simon's pretty short, and David's pretty short as well. And I'm talking about their stack size, folks. And Tuckman calls. Well, we're not going to see a 9 here, folks. Let's see how this hand goes down. But Simon is shorter. He's on a shorter stack. Here we go. 8-8-5. Both players have overpairs here. And let's see how David plays it. Now, he's going to bet. And this is an interesting way to play this hand, because if you put Simon on overcards, would you check to induce a bluff once and then move all in? Whereas Simon's going to move all in now,
Uh-huh.
and does David psych himself out because he thinks Simon might have a bigger overpair? But of course, David's getting information here. He bet 600, and Simon is all in here.
We'll
For how
find out
much
how
more?
much more.
1925
So that's another
more.
1,300.
Is it 1925 more or total? It's
Oh,
1925
more.
more.
$400, Simon.
The pot was 1,200 on the flop. David bet 600, and Simon has moved in here for 1,900 more, which means the pot is $4,300, 1,900 for David to call.
You beat 2 tens?
You never know, man.
It's a good thing you guys are not working for JPM.
Oh, David,
Otherwise,
look at this. He makes the call. He asked Simon, can you beat 2 tens? And I think he got a weak read from
He
Simon,
did.
and he
Well,
called.
Simon says, well, you'll never know.
Yeah,
You can't beat 2 tens, I got you.
3 times?
they got the same.
Once or 3 times.
They got the same hand.
They're
here.
running it 3 times. That's hilarious. What a waste.
Shit.
Don't bust.
Well, you got to run the rest of the cards, don't
No,
they?
they don't. They were going to
don't?
run it 3 times. They said, forget it.
But
I
don't
mean,
they have to run the turn in the river though?
Hey,
At least
I want to
once?
ask if you can beat 2 tens. If you can't
No?
beat 2
well,
No,
I mean,
all right.
right?
I don't think so. Nobody has a redraw. I mean, no one's
Yeah.
free rolling.
Then why did you say 10?
Yeah, he said if you can beat 2
If you can't beat 2 tens, I go, okay, I'm probably good. So what the hell are the odds of that?
So we got this email here that says, hey, Bart and woman.
How much you
My name is Shirley. Thank you very much.
I know.
He did give us
You have 2,900. You have 2,900.
wish you and all the staff of the bike very happy Christmas, happy New Year. He also told me to give Tuckman a hug because he needs it.
Oh, there you go. Michael H. Peterson from Denmark. Thank you.
Are you
Possibly
saying nice
from,
hand Simon or nice hand Son?
Copenhagen.
Nice hand, Simon.
I've been there once. Tuckman limps in here with on the butt with King 10 of hearts. And it's going to get limped around here 4 ways. $200 pot. King 9-9 here.
Sticking together here.
And Simon has flopped the full house. And is David going to get in trouble? It gets checked to Dave. He's going to bet 200 here. Simon's checked the full house. And Ed's got 3 nines.
Right.
He's going to check raise.
Ed's going to lose all. Well, he's
Well,
going
this is going
to.
to save
He's
David.
going to lose as much as Simon has right
Well,
here. That's for sure.
Well, no, but the thing is, Simon and Ed will just check it down.
Oh, that's right.
But can David get away from it here? David bet 200. Ed check raised the minimum, and Simon called.
Yes, he can get away from us.
Good lay down there by Dave. And, you know, here we go, talking about friends. Simon would have all of Ed's chips here. Turns
Oh
a jack.
my goodness, oh my goodness. I don't want you coming into this hand. Get out.
Wait a minute,
You
maybe.
lose. What do you mean get out, man?
And Ed's going to bet.
What?
You lose, Ed. You lose.
And Simon calls.
So now Ed, all of a sudden, he says, I've got the best hand. I'm going to bet
The
now.
river's a 7.
Why, you beat full house?
No, I don't beat full house.
Then,
You got full house?
yeah.
Oh, there it is. He gets an extra 500 from him. Oh, there it is, Shirley.
Well, that was really dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, if they've been checking this whole time and now Ed breaks that and bets, you take all his money. You have a full house.
They're friends, though. I mean,
Well, they're
just
not
let them do what
obviously
they're
not
gonna
friends
do.
if they're going to check it down, and then all of a sudden, when Ed thinks he's got a great hand, he's going to bet. You say, okay, if you want to change, if you
I
want to
think
change.
that Ed was just betting there because he thought that he absolutely had the best hand and he didn't want.
No, if Ed
No,
wants to change the terms, then change the terms.
Well, luckily
Simon
for
should
you,
have moved in.
you will never have to worry about that because you have that agreement. You
Because I
that
don't have any
agreement with
friends.
anyone. Well, that too, right?
Yeah, probably. That's probably true.
Tuckman's got pocket 9s, I believe. Vic Park raised with ace 10. David called with pocket 9s. And Ed called with jack 4 clubs. So you wonder if Dave was a little bit more comfortable. Would he make a re-raise here with 9s? But he doesn't. King jack 8.
And he's got to hate
Vic
the flop
checks.
now.
David checks. And Ed's got the best hand here with the jack. And he's going to bet 600. And Vic quickly folds. And David asks, what do you have? And he's going to get rid of the 9s.
You did. I
And
was
it-
hoping for.
And Ed says, you have a pair yet? You did? And Ed is not showing his hands now, Shirley. That's interesting.
Jack 4.
Well, now he tells them they had jack 4. So
Jack call.
Button moves over there to Mo.
This time it's king queen 10, 100%.
Bueno, ירים דבר פורה. פורה דבר. יש נערת
There's no way you got fucking jacks.
Mo's got the button.
Come on, Mo.
Ed's going to limp.
Play sometime.
3-way action. Here we go. Ace 4 7.
We're still playing.
It goes checked around here. Turns another ace. And who's got the best hand? Oh, Vic is going to throw a little bet in here. He's going to take this one down here, it looks like, with 10 high.
You know, like,
Doesn't realize he's actually not that far behind these guys.
Yeah.
Jack high and queen high.
he's got pocket 7.
And Vic
man.
takes
What are
it
you
down.
talking about?
I had a 7 too.
Thank
I think it was jack.
It's my toe.
Vic says that's his tell. And again, I always wonder, you don't remember LA Looks gel?
No, I said I remember it. I
Oh.
didn't use it.
Oh.
But I do remember it. I think they still have it, actually. If anyone still uses gel.
I've moved up to a more sophisticated hair molding cream.
I forewarn you.
I use
guys. Big hand.
Defy Destruct in my hair. It's like kind of like J. Crew fiber, but it's kind of creamier.
Okay.
My standard is up.
Ed is limped in
Probably
here.
have a 10
Mo's
or
going to limp in with queen
9-10
10.
is a big hand for you, right?
And we're going to see 4-way action here. Ace 8-5 here on the flop. Turn is an 8. It got checked around.
That's why I was gonna bet.
And once again, no one has anything here. No one has any pair.
Go.
And here we go to the river. River is another ace. And Mo with queen high is good here.
Send it here.
We all check.
Queen
And
high.
Mo says
And Mo
same
knows it.
here.
He's got
Yeah,
the
you're
queen,
right.
Queen high.
Send it, pal. Another 15. And another 15 on the pot.
And another 50 from his proposition bet, I think, with the 8s. So there you go.
Queens, man. I never saw queens in fucking flop, man.
This guy RTX is continuing to say, and wrote another post here, Shirley, say, Bart, I don't know Tuckman, and I'm not joking.
Right.
He'd love to come and play Tuckman heads up.
Well, I mean, you know, you've only seen him play 2 times, and I've seen him play numerous times, and I don't know how RTX plays, but David does play well, so.
Oh, you chickened out? Fair game?
And Russ McGinley quickly says, well, that makes you an expert if you don't know him, then. There you go. Limp here. And Vic Park's got pocket 3s, but Avo's going to raise because he's got pocket 8s in the cutoff. He makes it 400 to go. We haven't heard from Avo in about the last hour.
No, I think he's finally calmed down, yeah.
Vic Park calls pocket 3s. These guys are both deep. Tuckman's got 10-6 offsuit. Ed's got a 6-7. Wow, Ed folds. Mo's got a suited ace. He's going to fold. Simon's got a little gap-suited connector. He makes the call, but he doesn't really have enough money. Here we go. $1,200 pot, 3 ways. Oh, and look at Simon's got a flush draw, but Avo flops a set.
Yeah.
And he's the pre-flop raiser. Now, Simon's played this a couple different ways. He's bet into the flush draw. This time he's going to check. Avo's going to bet 1,000. And Simon, again, he just doesn't have enough money to continue with this draw. He only has about 2,000 behind.
Well, I mean, he likes flush draws. He might.
And if Vic is thinking about making his one move of the night here, he's in big trouble.
Are we getting close? No, we're not getting close.
It's not the 8:05, 8:55 move.
Right.
But Avo has extreme strength here. No, not this time. And look at this. Simon's going to make the call. And here we go to the turn. Turn is a 9, and now Simon's drawing dead.
Avo has the full house.
Yep. Over a $3,000 pot. And Simon is drawing stone cold dead. It's about a $3,200 pot. He's got maybe $2,200 left. He checks. And Avo's going to check right behind him, maybe give him a chance to catch up. And the river here is a king. And maybe does Simon, has Avo induced a bluff here? Is Simon going to put the rest of the money? He can't win with 5-3. He's going to bet. He's going to bet 1,000. Yeah. And I assume that Avo is going to put Simon all in. Yep, there it is. And Simon can beat absolutely nothing. Pot's going to be over a $5,000 pot. And Simon's going to pot a king, huh? Well, not quite.
I'll play with your stack. Play it, make it straight. The one you've got
Again, Simon he's nothing. He's going to fold. He's just had a rough couple times.
Collection from Mr. Avo.
There it is. Collection pot, and Avo's going to take it down.
So someone was asking where he can play Omaha with me. You can play 75-150 Omaha, which I don't play that often, or 30-60 Omaha on PokerStars. I play under the name Siren. And I was half kidding about the ace-ace-ace, but not half kidding. And it's something that I will explain, but not on the air. So if you want to send me an email, you can. I mean, I have reasons behind it. And
reasons that I don't necessarily agree with.
Well, that's okay.
So Mike 22NC, I know what you mean. I want to play with
successful.
This chick too.
Am I not?
I don't know.
Okay. All right.
It's funny. You write in your poker journals. I can't believe that they called me because I raised because of this. But then you got to think, well, 5 people called you, so why do you keep raising with it?
Because I have the best hands. I have the best starting hand. I'm going to get my money in with the best of it.
Oh, look at this.
I have no
Vic
complaints.
Fills up. David's flopped the full house. And David had raised pre-flop, and Vic called him.
And hopefully for David, this is where Vic makes this move, but I don't think he's going to get so lucky.
And David checked it there in position. He's going to slow play. And if Vic, watches the show, I mean, what kind of flop would David not bet with ace, jack, jack out there? But look at this. Vic's going to bet. He's going to bet 600. I just don't buy it. Anytime David's heads up against someone, what is he not going to bet? Heads
You're
up
right.
on the flop.
In position.
No.
Unless he
Yeah.
really has a piece of that.
There's just no way. And look at David. He's trying to play the act. He's flopped a full house. He says he got an ace. Well, Dave, no matter what you do,
Dave
there's
Vic's
just not
gonna
going to
smell this
There's
one.
not going to be anything here.
And he only has 5 high.
But look at him. He calls. And David's trying to make it look like he's playing with pocket kings. Well, now there's nothing that Vic can get David off of. Because if David had pocket kings, he'd have a full house. If he had pocket queens, he'd have a straight.
Right.
But he's going to bet again.
Well, I mean, it's only a little bit. I think it's...
He bet 600. David actually induced $1,200 here with his hand. And, I mean, you got to hope that the guy has a queen here. I mean,
well, you hope.
And he's going to move all in. And Vic quickly
Vic says,
folds.
forget that. Nice acting job, though.
And Vic shakes his head a little bit.
105?
Yes.
And there it is. I mean, Dave won another, 1,500 there. He's creeping back up to about even. I still think he's down about $1,000 or so for the night.
So back to this. I say these people... No, don't sit here, because you questioned me.
Oh, no.
I say I can't believe that they called this, but I'm still going to raise if I think I have the best hand pre-flop, and I'm happy that they
Can
called
I get
this.
into specifics now, or do you not want to get into specifics?
Oh, one time when we were playing here?
No, I'm talking about why you raise with these types of hands. Or is
No,
that
no,
something
because
you
I
don't?
really don't like to tell my strategy. I'm a winning player, and
Well,
I
that's
think
why
because
I
I
don't.
understand
That's why
the game.
it's very
yeah.
difficult for me to have this discussion when people
Well,
don't
I
know
can-
what we're talking about.
I'll raise with ace, 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 deuce with suit. I'll raise with, well, actually I'll raise with ace, 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 any wheel card that's suited, or ace, 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 any Broadway card
Or any,
that's suited.
any ace you'll raise with.
Any ace, ace. But 3 aces only with a Broadway card or a
So
wheel
ace,
card that's
ace,
suited.
8-9. Ace, ace, 8-8. Offsuit.
Yes, I will.
Limped around here. 10 deuce deuce.
But I'll tell you, you play hands like deuce 3, 4, 6, and if you run ace, ace, 8, 9 versus deuce 3, 4, 6, ace, ace, 8, 9 stronger.
Well, you're true,
It's going
but
to win more hands.
But not when 5 people.
If you
want to
to open up your game, I'm going to open it up with ace, ace, 8, 9.
And it looks like Avo's going to win here with king.
And I've been
high.
playing the game for 9 years. I mean, I've been.
Oh, king high. I knew king high wins.
King high wins, Avo.
I know it works for me.
But again, it's difficult, and I understand you don't want to give your strategy out, but it's difficult to get into this discussion without getting into specifics. So maybe if anyone wants to get into the discussion with us,
Well, I
we'll
told
do
them they
it
can
at the
send me an
casino.
email, but
Yeah.
or even at the casino. But I'm not going to sit here and tell 5,000 people why I play the way I play or give away my Omaha strategy. I'll sit here and talk no limit all day.
Button moves over here to seat 9.
Okay, this one I'm gonna have deuce 7 offsuit coming so you can win.
I'm not playing like that today.
Ed's going to limp in here. He's got deuce 6 of hearts.
Danny what?
Danny showed you how to play it, Vic.
Oh yeah.
And we are heads up between Ed and Simon, which means they're probably just going to check
And
it down
check it
anyways,
down. They
right?
both pretty much have the same hand here.
Right.
Probably chop it.
Ace 7 10 here with a couple hearts. Ed's got a flush draw.
There we go. They have a chop so far. Unless a deuce or a 5 comes up.
Yeah.
There we go. Chop it up.
You beat board?
Well, actually, Ed made a flush there at the end.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I got a flush.
And there it is.
I wasn't even seeing that.
Oh, you didn't beat the board. Huh? You didn't beat the board? Get a flush.
Yeah, King of Hearts came in the row, right?
got a flush.
I had a flush.
Ace 7 king hearts.
Vic does not engage.
And there we go with another
Just don't engage.
chip count. Well, Avo's good things, but look at the tower of chips. He's got like that corner over there. And see,
Yeah.
all chips.
Well, it's all just one row there instead of stacking it up like a
24,000.
couple rows.
Mo is actually probably the big winner with about 11,800. Ed's got 10,000. Vic has 8,000, so he's down a little bit for the show.
For the show.
And David is back up to 46, but I don't know if that includes that last hand that he just won from Vic.
That's included, yeah.
Okay, so he's down probably about $2,400.
Right. And Simon's down pretty big. And then Avo's still down quite a bit of money, but he is making a comeback. So.
I'm not kidding, I do.
Whip over there. 3?
Seat 8 there, made a bet there, took it down, a pair of threes. And Dave Tuckman here, he's in seat number 6.
It looks not fun, it looks like. You ever take a bath?
Yeah, of course.
You ever sit in the bathtub too long? You get out.
And again, Shirley, I'm not ever going to say that you're not a good Omaha player. I think you're a good Omaha player, but I just think that your strategy, I don't necessarily agree with. But a lot of the thing about Omaha, why the game is so profitable, is because people are so bad they don't understand the concept of the game.
Right.
I mean, reading the
right.
hands.
And that's the reason why I don't really discuss the Omaha
Right.
strategy, is because I do understand so much more than what other people understand. And, you know, I'm not saying that I'm a great player. I'm just saying that I'm better than, you know, I understand more than what the other players understand.
Now, Mo raised here, and he's going to take it down.
But I had 2 of those.
Now, you play, obviously, a ton of Omaha tournaments, way more than I do.
Right.
And, I play my fair share of cash game Omaha, and if I can find it live big, I'll play it, like the LA Poker Classic. I played that last year over at the other casino, and I'll do it again. They have a 40-80 game there. Sometimes they have a 75.
They have a 75-150 over there. It's a pretty good game, supposedly. I haven't made it over there yet.
Yeah, so...
and they do have 2 Omaha tournaments.
Yes.
That's how we play both those.
Now, Ed has got the big blind here. But again, people don't understand, like, the concept of, like, second nut hands. And board pairing in Omaha, when you have 4 cards, usually straights and flushes aren't good. Chasing second nut flush draws, stuff like that is just...
Drawing for half the pot.
Exactly, drawing for a high. I mean, obviously I play stud high-low, so I have a concept of that. So. Now we had a raise here.
It's all about the scoop.
By, I believe it was by Avo with pocket 6s. Well, any high-low game is all about scooping. Jack 10 deuce here. Vic's got middle pair. $400 bet here by Avo, I believe, in seat 2. Excuse me, by Vic in seat 3.
Have anything, Ed?
And Ed does not have anything, but commonly we will see him call here with 1 overcard.
How many is this time?
How many?
It wouldn't be shocking to see him call here, but this time he's going to let it go. Now Avo actions back over to him with 6s.
And he's going to let it go. He's probably thinking, you know, I'm making a comeback here. I can't be that stupid anymore.
Yeah, he's still down about 12 or 13,000 though.
So I did notice, don't think I didn't notice that somebody on there says, hey, Bart, if you ever get around to writing that article for Shirley, which he still owes me, he's been promising me for a year.
A year? Has it been that long?
Well, maybe not. How long have we been doing the show? It's been almost a year. It's been like 10 months. That's sad.
That is sad.
Nice to see you go-getter. You follow through on what you say.
Actually, I've completed it several times, and I never got it to where it's what I want.
Avo has pocket aces here. Don't even give me that.
He raises it up to 400. Actually, 250. And Tuckman's got Queen Jack off suit here on the button. Well, this is one of these over-dominated hands that we talk about a lot. And he folds. And Ed folds. Mo's out of there. Now, Simon has a King 5 suited, and he's going to make the call because he's in the big blind. $500 pot. King 6-10. Is Simon going to get in trouble here? And Simon's all in, and Avo's going to make the call. Simon needs to catch 2 pair, and there it is on the turn. He's got kings and 5s.
He's going to stick it to Avo. Well,
Avo does not show his hand.
Well, and he actually just kind of chuckles about that, you know?
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about that.
Right. And the button moves over here to seat 8. And by the way, everyone's saying, the guy posted up, Bart really says some gay things sometimes on the show. Well, I'm trying to get a little bit of common ground here. I'm not saying you're gay conversation, but talk about hair. I mean, can I talk about football?
You want to talk about girly stuff?
I don't really want to talk about girly
stuff.
stuff.
We can talk about Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay. Well, there's so much to talk about him. Huh? Every single night.
You know what? Actually, I probably have more in common with guys than you. Well, I don't know. Maybe. What? I'm do all those kind of, I don't know. Never mind.
Ed raised here to
I don't know. I blew that one.
Suit.
Meaning, we have more in common on the guy's side than we do on the girl's side. Because, right. Yeah, that's what I mean. I screwed that up.
And these two are going to get checked down here. Simon has an ace, but Ed has a club draw, but he doesn't get there. And Simon's going to take it down there with ace-10. See if he's going to make a little bit of a comeback. Now, we had an email here from Robert Rosenberger. He said, I see an incredible amount of limping here. Is this common in a cash game? Well, I'm going to be honest with you.
It depends.
Yeah, it depends on the table. A lot of times in the games that I hop in, the 3 to 5 games, there's so much limping in
there.
There
is
game.
A lot of limping, yeah.
One chip. $5 to call. There's a ton of limping. And I think David is feeling a little bit more confident even though he's down a couple grand.
I thought it will help you. What?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
And Ed's going to raise here. He's got ace-5 offsuit. Going to bring it in for 150. Seat 8.
150 total.
Vic is going to call.
2 players.
He's got king-queen. We're heads up. $300 pot. Jack deuce 7. See if Ed can make a continuation of that here. Is it time for Vic to make the bluff?
Why aren't you coming? You have a problem? Go to a urologist.
Vic checks. But Ed checks right behind him. Turn is a 6.
100.
Vic bets 100 here.
Measly $100. Ed's going to call $100.
Shut luck.
Yes, he is. Well, he has the best hand, surely. And the river's a king, and
now
Vic hits
Vic has it, yeah.
And now he bets.
What's your number?
Looks like 300 here. 400. Ed, you can't beat anything there, buddy. Got ace-5. Says something doesn't add up here. Well, he was bluffing you, Ed, but unfortunately he backed into a pair on the river.
He did get there,
yeah. And he makes the call, Shirley, with ace-5.
Well, yeah, he had ace high.
With the queen kicker.
King queen is good.
First one, Edna.
Got that, though. You change again. You change from 5 to Jack. Thank you.
Where do you go to Jackson? Brian. Queens, right?
And you can take a look at the
4 5s or
white chips here, which are $100 chips, and the purple chips are $25 chips.
That's from the left.
And we got a little bit of a misdeal. We got about 10 minutes left in the show. Again, tonight's show is sponsored by Poker Blue. Go to pokerblue.com, plan any 1 2 limit hold'em game or higher for 4 hours or more in a week, and you qualify for their big fat weekly free roll tournament, which is the winner of that tournament gets a free seat into the main event plus expenses paid. It's about a $12,000 package. Main event at the World Series of Poker or any WPT event of your choice. Or if you use the registration code BIKE, you can get a couple of buy-ins to this game.
I don't want to leave this game and go play 10-20 Oldham.
10-20? Raise it, make it 250.
You know my point.
We got a raise here to 200.
2 players.
And we are heads up. I believe that Mo raised with King 10 and Avo called 8. Actually, excuse me, it's Ed and Avo. The turn is an 8. And Mo wins another prop bet with 2 8s. Avo bet 100 here. And Ed only has 10 high. Excuse me, Ed bet 100. And Avo calls with King high.
I'm sorry.
And the river is a jack.
All right, this is already.
And maybe Ed might give up here, but he only has 10 high.
Pay him $100.
You would think he would give up.
$50, right?
Well,
Nope,
he's gonna
he
bet.
doesn't.
He bets 400.
Avo can't call king high, can
Well, I mean, there's a difference between king high and ace high.
he? Yeah, well, he doesn't call. Well, there's a difference between betting and calling. Ed took the initiative there.
Bet the turn, bet the river.
Yeah.
Yeah. Butt moves over here to seat 2.
I know you're laughing. You think I'm getting upset, huh?
I don't think
Reading 2 plus 2.
I don't think
and
it-
people giving me a hard time.
I
You know
don't-
what?
I'm
You
not-
can give me a hard time all you want about Omaha.
I'm not. I don't think you're getting upset, but I don't know. I almost tend to agree that kind of the secrecy of it is.
I've
not
had
agree
the
with
best
it.
people in the world teach me how to play Omaha. The most successful Omaha players, which is Prince of Darkness, Steve Badger, and Miami John. Neither one of them, or none of them, have written books about it. You know, I mean, there are books written, Razy and stuff like that, but that's not the stuff I learned, and I'm just not going to talk about it. And, you know, I mean, sometimes when they give me a hard time about No Limit and stuff like that, it bothers me, but in Omaha, it's not going to bother me, because I do know what I'm talking
Simon
about.
raised here pre-flop with pocket
It's up
kings,
to you. 5%.
and Ed called. And again, these two don't really bet against
Who
each
bet?
other
What happened?
with hearts.
I'm first.
Everyone's going to check.
But he's going to bet now against Simon. I don't get it, Shirley.
Why are you betting, man? I got you beat.
Says, why are you betting? I got you beat. I got an overpair.
All right.
And he calls. Well, I guess if Ed's just going to bet into you, you just let him bet into you, right? Turns
You're
at
right.
10. Ed's got a straight draw now.
But, yeah.
Because I got good cards.
Okay, I must
The one
check
thing
now.
about Ed, he's just so cheerful all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, even when he's losing, he's cheerful.
Check, check. Simon's going to need to dodge some cards, and there it is.
That's a bummer.
And he does have a 9.
He says, I do, haven't I?
So there it is. Ed's got a 9.
Got it straight.
And again, you know, people are like, why aren't they betting against each other? Well, these two guys are friends. And sometimes you run into it, especially at a cash game, well, on a cash game table, where two guys just won't play against each other. So, you know, it's not that we need to go out there and put a stop to it or something like that. It's part of the
Right.
reality of poker
Sometimes
that
it
is
happens.
live at the bike.
Yes. There you go. Well said, Bart. I would give you a pat on the back if you weren't doing it yourself.
The button moves over here to seat 3.
Yeah, anytime you bet.
Did you learn from Miami John Cernuto, too? I didn't know that.
Yes, yes.
He's going to call flush.
Vic is going to raise.
If he's
He's going to make it
flush,
350.
I'll say yes. But flush, he's going to call and he's going to catch.
Every time I think I really should call, you make the suit raise.
And Tuckman says, every time I think you should call, Vic, you make a raise. And Tuckman's got 3-5 suited. He's not going
3
to
more
play.
if you want to call.
Am I going to see? I'm going to see. All right.
But Simon is going to call. Now, Vic has made a raise here with 8-4 clubs. Simon's in there with Queen 10. Here we go. Jack 10-8. Simon's got the second pair and is actually the best hand.
8 on every flop.
300.
Seems like a jack and a
Simon checks. Vic's going to bet 300 here.
Eight is on the club and flush.
And Simon's all... Oh, no,
All in.
yeah, he is all in. There we go.
All in, Donna.
He's check raised Vic all in. We'll see how much more it is.
What's the last hand?
There's like 1225. It's another 900. I think that's too much for Vic to call there with a single pair. And Simon shows him the 10, I believe. Looks like the turn card is an 8, though, Shirley. So Vic would have made trips. Now, tomorrow night, normally we do 5-10 unrestricted buy-in, no limit hold'em. So check it out. So you new viewers to the show. Tonight we played 25-50 no limit hold'em. Kind of a short table because one of the hosts of this game, Yoshi Nakano, was away.
Right, and I'm sure a lot of the players that
Yeah, that normally
play in this
play
game, like Mike Wu and Loy. Actually, I
Chen.
know that Loy is still in the tournament. So,
$300 race here by
They're out
Avo.
there.
And look at that. Tuckman's got 6-5 suited. He folds because I don't think he thinks he has enough money in front of him, Shirley. I mean, those are the types of hands that you want to call. You've got 5-6
Right.
suited. And now Simon is going to go heads up here with Avo. Jack 8 against 4-6. Well, Simon's got a flush draw. Simon checks. Avo bets. Bets 400. And look at this. Simon's going to check raise all in with the semi-bluff.
It's working.
And he takes it down again.
400 at a time.
Avo just brought that one in with a couple of little garbage cards there. Jack 8. So what do you think about David's performance tonight if you were to wrap it up?
Well, I think he played better than last night. I think that it appeared, and I don't know if this is true. I don't know exactly how big David's bankroll is, but it looks like he's playing on scared money. I don't know if this makes a significant dent in his bankroll, if he's playing above what he should be playing.
225.
But I think he's made some like laydowns or didn't play certain hands that he would in a smaller game.
Mo raised here to 225. He's got ace, king, and diamonds, and we're not going to see anybody come in. And yeah, we got an email here. Being Ed's masseuse is a full-time job. My goodness. I mean, she's been over there for the whole night.
Is she still there?
Well, Ed got up there on the table.
Yeah, but he's a good tipper. I bet you he tips really good.
I think he's been going for 4 hours.
He gave her over 200.
No.
Wow.
Well, maybe he's been going for 2 hours.
2 hours and then just tipped really good.
Yeah. This one gets folded around here. We got time for a few more hands. Again, we stream live cash games every Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. Pacific time. Tonight's game was 25-50, no limit only. We're going to take a look at one final chip count. Avo, the big loser of the night, has more chips because he already bought 20,000. Mo, I think, is the big winner. Up about 7,000, 6 to 7,000. Ed's up about $5,000.
Right? Vic's up 3,000.
Vic is actually down for the show. He started with 11. He's down a couple thousand.
Right,
David
but
is
he's
down.
up for his session.
And David is down
And raise 200.
about 2,400.
Pocket kings for Avo.
2 of you.
And it looks like this is Vic's time.
Vic is in there with 3-4 suited.
3-4. He likes this. It's getting close.
8-9-5. Last 5 minutes of the show. Maybe he thinks Avo missed. Is he going to make a move? No.
Nope, he
Not
says
against Avo.
forget it.
Avo takes it down. Looks like we got some spectators.
Ed, would you like the big one?
There you go. Is that guy drinking a bottle of wine out of the bottle back there?
I missed that one.
Pocket kings here for Tuckman. He's in the small blind.
And Avo has 8, so he actually,
Oh, boy.
David might get some action on this hand.
Avo raises it to 200, 250. Let's see what David's going to do. The thing is, you can't say I'm just going to smooth call because Ed will come in behind you, right? Get a really
That's
tight
true.
player.
Yeah.
You might be able to play it slow. David makes it 600.
4 more to call. Yes, sir.
4 more to call, and Avo's going to call. And here we go, folks. It's going to be one of the last hands of the night.
2 players.
Ace 10-4. Oh, the ultimate scare card there for David. But obviously he's not going to play it weak. Oh, he's going to check. And Avo checks right
Wow.
behind him. Well, maybe he knew that Avo might not bet if he didn't have an ace. And Tuckman checked. Did he check again? And Avo checked. And the
What
river's
is
a
going
jack.
on?
And look at this, it just got checked down. Wow, what weak play. Kings are good.
I'll give you free cards for anything.
Wow.
You can't bet though.
Not really, no.
Those are free cards.
He can't bet.
That was strange.
All I can do is let him bluff and I can call.
Well, this is going to be the last hand. I got to tell you.
I
that
guess
hand
he
was played
he
pretty
said he was
passably.
just trying to let him bluff.
If I make a read, I make the right read, I call. If I don't, then I
Huh.
I don't necessarily put you on an ace.
He did not play.
Buttons over there in seat
I get
6.
it wrong, but I don't think you call my range like ace jack, you know what I mean?
And now David has ace queen.
Yeah.
200.
Vic has pocket deuces.
Vic made it 200.
Vic raises.
See what Dave's going to do here. He's just going to call. Again, short-handed, Shirley. I might re-raise.
I think I
Drive.
might re-raise on his in position.
Yeah, of course.
On the button.
Right, so that's why I don't.
Well, we're heads up. Ace queen against pocket deuces. King 6-5. Vic checks.
Okay.
And David checks right behind him. Turn is a 10.
All right.
Check again. And the river's a 4. Check. Pocket deuces there.
David-
David did not
David's
use
lost
his
his
position.
mind all of a sudden.
Didn't use his
He
position.
He didn't. And he didn't use the 10 where he can make the semi-bluff there. Huh. Well, that wasn't a good move. He had been playing okay.
Well, this is
So
going to be
bad.
the last hand of the... Oh, sorry.
That was the last
of the
hand.
night. I'm sorry. Thank you very much for joining us again. And, this was Poker Blues Whale Night. And join us tomorrow night for $500 no-limit hold'em, 510 unrestricted. So for everyone there in the booth, and for Shirley Rosario, I'm Bart Hanson. Good night, everybody, from Live at the Bike. Take a look at this.
Play just 4 hours on PokerBlue.com and qualify for our weekly free roll to win your choice of a seat at the World Poker Tour, the World Series of Poker, or, if you dare, a seat at Poker Blue's high-stakes whale game here on Live at the Bike. Get in on the action now because these free rolls are so small that they redefine the term overlay. To qualify, open an account on PokerBlue.com with $100. Then play 4 hours at $1 and $2 limit or any no-limit game. You can even start playing right now while watching Live at the Bike. Just click the PokerBlue.com banner on the right of your screen or log on to PokerBlue.com, bonus code BIKE. And don't forget, every week you play 4 hours gives you another chance to win.
It's here. It's big. And it's closer than you think. It's not a tournament. It's what you don't see on TV. The cash is real. The stakes are high. They bet big. They win big. They lose big. High stakes live action poker. Live at the Bike. Watch it live on the web or play it if you dare at the Bicycle Casino right here in Los Angeles.